Grace, I wish that I could see your pretty face. I wish that you had never gone away.
see all the people led into deception by the very men bound to care, blinded by the promises, unknowingly sold despair. So leave your herd of sheep and follow this shepherd to revolutionary ends. The world that you knew has changed around you. It's all become a money game. It's all become a money game. It's all become a money game. Are you ready for? Are you ready for? Are you ready for the revolution? Revolution. The revolution's now. It's happening all around you. If you cannot see, pull aside the curtain and see the war machine. It's time for you to rise up and prepare. So arm your fellow man, as it's become destructive to its own ends. The world that you knew has changed around you. It's all become a money game. It's all become a money game. It's all become a money game. Are you ready for? Are you ready for? Are you ready for the revolution? The revolution. The revolution's now. It's happening all around you. If you cannot see, pull aside the curtain and see the war machine. It's time for you to rise up and prepare. So arm your fellow man, as they become destructive to their own ends. The world that you knew has changed around you. It's all become a money game. It's all become a money game. It's all become a money game. Are they ready for? Are they ready for? Are they ready for? We the people. We the people.
Get your hand off my penis!
It costs that much 'cause it takes me fucking hours. Fucking hours. It costs that much 'cause I don't have superpowers. Superpowers. So you need to pay for my skills 'cause exposure doesn't pay the bills. It costs that much 'cause it takes me fucking hours. You need to pay for my skills 'cause exposure doesn't pay the bills. It costs that much 'cause it takes me fucking hours.
We have a great show for you this evening, apparently.
Oh no.
Duck! Oh no! Jesus!
I am. I'm great. There we go. Could I do that again? Cut. Action.
Hold it down.
Oh my god. I'm trying
hold
so
it.
hard.
Hold.
Wait, I got mine. Wait. Sir, this is a Wendy's. You really are stoned, aren't you? I'm like still trying to figure out if you are or not. I've been seriously trying to figure out for so long.
Yeah, I think she's still trying to figure that one out, if I'm stoned or not. It's pretty easy to figure out these days. If I was a YouTube channel, I'd be slowed down to like 1/3 speed and a lot of squinting. Yes. So, oh, thanks, gamer. We're gonna bring the boss lady here in just a second. First we gotta get some business out of the way. So, if you are new to the channel, please obey our Lord and Master, the Mighty Chicken, and like and share and subscribe. We're also, I think we're also simulcasting on Jimmy Saves World on her channel, and on Twitch, and we are on Rockfin as well. We'll shout out. We have a pretty good contingent over there on Rockfin tonight. Jim and Copeland and Kate holding it down over there. Good to see y'all. Let me bring in the boss lady, and we can shout out everybody else here. Oh wait, before I do, I gotta hoe ourselves out. You know, make that money, because our sponsors, Big Ernie's Chicken Shack, out on the highway. Is it chicken? Is it a hitchhiker? Who knows? But it's at Big Ernie's. So if you're on the run, don't go there. Chances are you won't leave alive. And of course, Bud Spanky's Oral Sex Parlor. Bud Spanky's, we suck. Oh, wait a minute. I fucked that up. Never mind. I don't know where that came from. I was going to say we blow, but then I said we suck, and I got caught. I got stuck.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I had
Next time
nowhere
you'll
to
get it
go.
right.
I think so. Maybe. We'll see. We got, like I said, we got Jim and Copeland and Kate over on Rockfin. Good to see y'all. You want to shout out our peeps on the on the
we
YouTubers?
got V.S. Adams, Gamer, DC, Rick, Ed, D, Timbuktu, Brad. Anthony said give Brad a wrench. Who else do we got in here? I'm going up. Brandy was in here a little bit ago. Who else we got? Do I sound all right? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound fine.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. And then Ed Heller, too. I think that's everybody. Austin Jones.
Got Rad Angel here. DC.
There we go.
Brad
Bella.
says, what does a wrench do?
Nothing.
Well, it turns your name blue.
Right.
I don't think you're that old. You can, yeah, I mean, it's basically that. You can post links, and if somebody gets rowdy, You can time them out, that sort of thing.
That's right.
So I don't know. I'm not into control stuff. Although unless you're being rude, then I will boot you. But if you're not being rude, then you can stick around. Just mind your P's and Q's, Yeah. I know you hate
Wash
that.
your ass.
Keep it clean. Hey, Willie's here too. What's up, Willie? Willie got dinged. Willie got dinged earlier tonight. He was talking about Carnation Revolution and the 49th anniversary of Portugal and their Carnation Revolution. And they took down this video like midstream, right? Mm-hmm. Wasn't it midstream?
Yeah, they got him for, hold on, let me bring it up. Spam, deceptive practices, and scams.
Spam and scams. Damn you, Willie. You knew your car salesmanship was gonna catch up to you at some point. I don't know. No, I just think that's YouTube just being shitty. Hey, we got Fred Edward over on the Rockfin too. What's up, Fred? Good to see you. Yeah, old YouTube was better, gamer. Before Google got a hold of it, it was buck wild. It was the Wild West. Yeah, that was harsh when his stream went down, Kate. I hate to see that happen to anybody. I mean, really, it takes a lot of chutzpah and a little bit of gumption to get a damn live stream on the air as it is, much less make it informational and entertaining. And Willie fits the bill on all that. So I hate, especially one of our partners like that gets dinged like that. We all take it personally. You know what I mean? But next
it was a little
time
hard for us too, because KRTD got the strike as well. So that's our strike number 2.
Yeah, keep your shirt on, Willie. That's no,
my man, too sexy!
It's too sexy,
Right.
man. You can't. These YouTube people, they're weird like that. So, oh my stars, how you doing, Jimmy?
I'm good. You just reminded me I needed to check our email. Okay, nothing yet. I'm appealing it, so I'm in this process of appealing it.
Yeah, as well you should, because I think that's just ridiculous. And you know who really was looking forward to that stream? Was that person, Choosy Heretics, Choose Carnation Revolution. That's their YouTube name. Poor Choosy. Choosy's been, that's all Choosy ever talks about in the comments is about that fucking Carnation Revolution. Finally gets a whole show on it, and the show gets dinged. So sorry, Choosy, if you're out there. Yeah, it was Choosy got dealt a raw deal. Yeah, I think he should be able to fight it. I wish
Willie can't fight it. He can't fight it though. That's sorry, gamer. No. He did the same mistake as the reason why I have a strike on our other channel is when he went to appeal it, he also deleted the video. And you can't delete the video during an appeal because they have to be able to look through it and answer your question for you and then be able to approve it. So if you do that, then it automatically denies the appeal. So that's why we have one strike over at KRTD, because I did the same thing. I went and appealed it, and then I was like, well, if they're going to strike it anyway, might as well delete it. And they're like, oh, well, you deleted it, so it's an automatic strike. You can't appeal it. So that's what Willie did. He's just going to have the strike. There's nothing he can do about it. Sucks.
Willie says, I'm over my anger now. After a few hours, when I go back on YouTube, I'm going to tell YouTube how I feel about it. As you should. Good. As you should, Willie, because that's YouTube has just been doing some really fucked up shit, even for YouTube standards. Yes, choosy mothers choose Bulla. Yes, Jim, thank you.
That's right.
But Choosy didn't die. It was just Choosy just got disappointed because Choosy, it's like, let's say you're a Star Trek super fan like Jimmy is, right? And Jimmy's favorite Star Trek episode ever is about to come on, and they cut it off halfway through.
Aw.
Jimmy's just devastated that she can't get her Worf, she can't get her Picard, she can't.
I know.
Hold your excitement, all right?
I know. No, I get it. It's like watching a really good TikTok and you're like right in the halfway point of watching it, and then all of a sudden you accidentally touch it and it takes you back to the top of the For You page, and you can never find the video again. It's gone forever. Kind of like, I guess you could do that on Twitter. Well, no, not anymore. Facebook used to do that too.
Well, you know what YouTube is doing is, you know what they're doing, right?
I'm fooling you and you don't like it.
Yeah, exactly. They're fooling us.
That's exactly what they're doing.
And they do not like us. We do not like being fooled. But that's what YouTube does. They fool you into thinking it's a platform that you can come on and just do whatever you want. But really, YouTube is telling you.
People are stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So, fuck you, YouTube. And also,
fuck you. It's magic.
It's
throw those in
magic.
from last year. We had to throw those in from last week since Jimmy brought this to our attention. What was the guy's name? David Sleaze or David something? Something like David
Something Sleaze, yeah.
Yeah, he was funny. Fuck you! It's magic.
It's magic.
It's magic. All right, Anonymous is here.
Hey.
Hello, you two. How you doing? And yep, fight. I don't know what that means. Jim, do you know David Sleaze? Oh, fuck you too. Yes. Fuck you too. David Sleaze is so awesome. All right. Well, we have a ton of stuff to get to. We need to get to the chickens. I want to make sure the chickens work before I go to the chickens. I don't think the chickens work. We're going to see how this works.
Oh no.
Okay. No, I think it works. No, we're fine.
Okay.
I know what happened. I did something wrong. As usual, I did something wrong. But now I'm going to do something right. Here we go. Chickens! All right, so I haven't figured this out yet. They went from the penthouse to the outhouse. These are like, I have a theory that these are the bad chickens, like the street bad chickens. You know, they're out, you know, they're in the alleys playing dice, you know, and they're stealing old ladies' purses.
Okay.
And yeah, I think they're like the bad boys and girls of the chicken coop. So they got to be put in this place in juvenile detention, you know, since they are you know, none of them's 21, none of them's 18, so and they got really considered
bad for them.
Yeah, I know you would. You're a good person. But look at that. That looks just like ratchet as hell, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks horrible. It looks like they put up like a bed frame up against a wall. Like the wood part of the underside of the bed.
Ed said these chickens used to live in Chicago. They framed the cow. These chickens belong to the streets. Damn right, Rick. Rick knows what's up.
Oh.
Rick is streetwise, so he knows what's going on.
That's
He
right.
said, with the chickity doo dah, chickity chick 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 chick. We're gonna have some giant chickens later in the show, going against howitzers, and we'll see how that happens.
Okay.
I figure that'll happen at some point. So anywho, so I don't know. I got nothing really.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Let's watch the chicken video. Let's do it. Giant chickens.
My God, you make me go out of order here.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You would be the worst TV producer ever. But that's fine.
That's why I sit at home.
Nah, you're all right. I want to see if I can get this working here. Let's do this. Yeah, we can watch a chicken video. So this is, where is this from? This is from, damn it, I should always have these ready to go. 50,000 giant chickens versus 5,000 howitzers. This is the Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2 on RTS Battle Room channel. We'll have the links for all these videos after the show is over with tonight. So you don't peek ahead and see what we're doing. Poor depressed chickens. They're about to get their revenge, Copeland. It's gonna happen. And so let's check this out. So this is like obviously these are not real chickens or real howitzers. So
I'm fooling you and you don't like it.
Yeah, so suspend your disbelief, but I thought this was funny. Yeah, so this is 50,000 giant chickens versus 5,000 howitzers. Let's take a peek. So there are the howitzers, right? And then we go over here to the chickens. What, they don't have any weapons?
Oh no.
Here they go. This is epic. Those are some tough chickens that can take a howitzer, take several blasts from a howitzer. Look at that. Now they're making a chicken pileup.
I mean, the chickens have a chance.
You're saying there's a chicken chance?
Yeah.
Ed says projectiles. Projectiles.
Projectiles.
He said, there's chickens, but we need some more dairy, so let me bring the cheese. Anthony says, why? Is this Ukraine? Oh, too soon? The chickens have superpowers.
I'm here for that joke. I'm so here for that joke.
Is this Ukraine? You racist mother. Chicken pot pile up.
Chicken pot pie. Right? So does this count as spicy chicken?
I would think so. It's being peppered, that's for sure, with different herbs and spices of bullets.
That's right.
The chicken rumbling.
So what are these things that the chickens are fighting?
These are howitzers.
What is that?
It's a big gun.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't remember what the caliber is. It's pretty wild. DC says, never forget the great emu legions defeated the Euro-Australian colonizers in the 30s. They currently occupy all of inner Australia, and the humans know to stay within their own borders. Yeah, you don't want to get fucked up by an emu. Yeah, not planes. These are just like big ass cannons, more or less.
Oh no. I saw like red for a second.
You saw red? Oh yeah, the little flare up there?
Yep.
These chickens have no chill. And I have no idea who wins this. But there's just like an ocean of giant chickens out there. If that's not nightmare fuel, I don't know what is.
I mean, why are the chickens not making any headway into those things? They're just like right up at the line. There's got to be a breaking point where the chickens can start getting ahead of the bullet.
Maybe they're too scared, because they're chicken. Gamer asked if this was a simulator. No, man. These are real chickens, dude. Giant chickens. Giant chickens live. I don't know what that means.
No way this is not real.
The chickens are flanking the howitzers now, yes. So, I mean, look at that. That's just like an ocean of yardbird out there. You know how many chicken wings that is?
I know,
Oof.
it just doesn't stop.
Yeah. It doesn't look like it's really making a dent in the howitzers either, right?
No, that's what I'm waiting for. Like, there's got to be a breaking point, right?
I would think so. What the chickens could do is like they could sacrifice one of their own and make a wish that they'll win the fight, you know, so they have to break somebody's wishbone though, because, you know, sacrifices have to be made.
That's right.
This is actually a simulation of the 2024 American election. I know, right? Chickens versus howitzers. Although, look at that. Yeah, when you see, like, the sky view,
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they have it surrounded.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Why did the chicken not cross the road? Howitzers. Looks like the chicken rotisserie at Costco. I know, right? That's how they cook their bird. They just shoot the fuck out of it till it heats up. And then yeah, and then that's it. I don't know how else they do it. But
yeah, like Rick said earlier, lead peppered chicken.
Lead peppered chicken. They could gum up the guns with giant eggs. They could.
Never bring a chicken to a gunfight.
What is it for Back to the Future? Nobody calls me chicken. And then he called him chicken again.
Yep.
Yeah, so they are totally surrounding the howitzers. The howitzers have very little movement since they're inanimate objects basically.
Okay.
Because you actually need like a person to move the howitzers. The howitzers won't move on their own.
Okay.
Because it's just big ass guns. That's it.
Well, then there it is. That's going to be the breaking point, is to get them from behind.
Should we get? Yeah, it looks like they're slowly but surely just devouring the howitzers. I'm gonna say the chickens win this. I'm calling it. I'm calling
now
it for
you're
the
calling
chickens.
it, not earlier.
Yeah, I was not. I figured like howitzers versus chickens. Chickens aren't bulletproof, but look at these chickens.
That's right. There's a lot of chickens.
They, you know. Yeah, that's a good point, Rick. He said, chickens have a bit of flight, so why didn't they hop over the firing lane? They could have.
Right.
Looks like a cauldron and a casserole attack. Takes a crew of 8 to operate one howitzer. But see, you don't see any people there. These are ghost howitzers, Ed. They shoot on their own, and these birds are just picking them, eating them like chicken feed. I think it's because the howitzers take a few seconds to reload and then to fire again. That's because if these were like straight up like machine guns, these birds would be toast. Come on, they'd be
right.
They would be rotisserie bird.
I don't know though. There's enough chickens. Like, that's why I was rooting for the chickens at first, because there's enough of them there to be able to, like I said, there's got to be mathematically when it comes to that kind of, like, I look at it mathematically, and there, with the number of those chickens, there's got to be a breaking point for those chickens to start winning and win this thing. Yes, there's going to be a lot of sacrifices, but there's got to be a way. And I was obviously correct, so.
All those bloodied, war-scarred chickens and their dead compatriots.
Right. I like Timbuktu, the elites versus the rest of us if we found strength in numbers.
Exactly. And Laura joins us on Rockfin. We got 12 people over on Rockfin. That's nice. I hope everybody is having a good time over there, as are the peoples on the YouTubers and
right.
Twitch.
We got Sherry over on YouTube. Hi, Sherry.
Hi, Sherry. Good to see you. Yeah, so that was our chickens versus howitzers. That probably went on a little too long. I'm sorry about that.
No, not for me. That was great.
You enjoyed it? Well, as long as the
Yeah.
chickens win. If the chickens lose, though, that would have been like really sad.
Yeah, true.
Because, you know.
You were rooting against the chickens anyway, so you're going to have to hear from upper management later.
I wasn't rooting. Don't you sell me out just because you got your beak up their ass. I know how you work, lady.
I'll be licking the boot till the day I die.
You'd be licking them chicken boots. If chickens wore boots, you'd be down there. But they'd be little teeny tiny boots.
They're so cute. They're the cutest boots ever.
They're like bite-sized boots.
Right.
Good times. That was a pretty good segue. I'm glad we did that, Jimmy. Instead of waiting for that later, we're gonna have some more video game stuff later in the show.
Yeah.
But they had recently, the Easter was a couple of weeks ago, something like that, and they just recently had Ramadan was not too long ago. Chicago Corner. What's up, y'all? Now we know where George Lucas got the idea for the big field battle at the end of the Phantom Menace. Yeah, exactly. They said chickens and howitzers. They're like,
Nice. I like that.
Sounds good, but what about the Empire versus the Rebels? And they're like, I like that too. Yeah, Jim licking the web boots. Jimmy is a feather plucker.
New insult. I love it. I'm here for it. Insult
feather
away.
Plucker. This FP over here. Now no one's left to feed the chickens. That's true. So I found this on Twitter not too long ago. I thought this was really cute. Didn't get a chance to play it the last couple of weeks, so we're gonna play it now. So I'm not quite sure where this is. This is in a mosque somewhere. But you know how bodega cats are, right? Do you have bodega cats out in California? You have bodega cats in your bodegas?
What is that?
What's a cat?
No, a bodega cat.
Oh, it's just a cat that they keep in the bodegas. Serves no purpose really, but to just hang out, because they don't mouse for shit, because they're used to getting like meow mix and shit like that, and they're like, why the fuck am I going to chase down a rat when you're just going to pour shit in a bowl for me? You know, that's how pretty much these cats are. But they're very cute, and they just lay around the store. Right, you go in, you're going for a pack of cigarettes. There might be a cat laying on the counter or something like that. So,
okay, like Ed said, like a convenience store cat. Okay, yes, I have seen those.
Oh, you didn't know what a bodega was?
No.
Oh yeah, it's what we call I'm pretty sure they
like a liquor store, like a corner mart, right?
Yeah, it's a corner store. It's just it's like a corner store. Although some are not on the corners. You know, it's just a place you go get cigarettes. Used to, you could get newspaper, you get cigarettes, you get beer at some places if it's not Muslim run, because a lot of the Muslim places around here don't sell alcohol at all because they don't do the alcohol. And their delis don't have pork. They have the turkey meat substitute for pork, which is not bad. Okay. The turkey ham, turkey bacon. Not all like cities call them bodegas, but the cool ones do. Ed.
Okay.
So
yeah, I guess we don't. Yeah, I've never heard of a bodega, so maybe Kate's right. Says U.S. West Coasters don't do bodegas, so I've never heard of one before. So I don't know. I mean, I call them like liquor stores.
I never knew. I never heard. I always called them like smoke shops, liquor stores, convenience stores. I mean, that's what we called them down south. We called them convenience stores. And then you get to New York.
You totally confused me with bodega part. I'm like, what's a bodega?
It's a New York thing. You go down to the bodega. You want to play the lotto? You go to the bodega. You want a cup of bodega coffee? You go down to bodega. That's where it is. Although they don't call them, I don't think the actual proprietors call them bodegas themselves. I think it's just like an old term that's been generalized for just a shop, a corner shop, that sort of thing.
I like it. It's very fancy. I wish California would use it, but we'd probably be called snobs if we said it like that. So it's very fancy sounding.
DC says it's a New York thing, but it's shocking you haven't seen Half Baked where they explain it.
I have seen Half Baked, but I'm usually more than half baked when I'm watching it. So I don't remember a lot of it.
Hey, black ass, why didn't you just show us your ass when you came in here? Yeah, it's the part where he goes.
I just remember the fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're cool, fuck you, I'm out. That's the part I remember.
Kate says, I moved from Wisconsin to the West Coast. When I lived in Mexico, I learned that a bodega was a glass window in the ceiling.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, here they the proprietors don't really call them bodegas, but it's just kind of like one of those things that you just say. It's I'm gonna go down to the corner store, or I'm gonna go down to the deli, or I'm gonna go down to the bodega. You know, a lot of times that's all just the same stuff.
Okay.
So
yes, I have seen those cats, and I do love those cats. Those are kind of the coolest cats ever. They're like the most awesome ones. They're like the street cats.
Yeah, bodega cats are very sweet too. I'm a cat lover anyway, and I see a bodega cat, and I'm like, oh, sweetie, come here. And they're just like, they're just used to people just being friendly with them and stuff, you know. You'll see that in a lot. If you go to Chinatown too, here in Manhattan, you'll see they'll have some Chinese supermarkets that have bodega cats in there, but I guess they're just called market cats. I don't think they call them bodega cats there, but same thing. It's just having, and I think cat with the Chinese, I think a cat has something to do with luck, with the good luck. I think so. I think that's why they keep the cats around.
Cool.
I just think cats are cool, and chicks dig them unless they're allergic. And then they're like, no dice. So anyway, we're talking about these bodega cats. So this bodega cats are whores. Jesus, Anthony. Don't hold back.
I mean,
Tell
they
us how you
probably
really
do
feel.
breed a lot, so.
Oh, yeah. When they're in heat, that. Come get
That
this
sound is
ass.
crazy.
Come get this ass. That's what that cat says. Like, come get it. Free pussy, boys. Free pussy. Even for you lady grinders, you can have some too. I don't know. That's
Dude, poor
I don't.
Izzy, man. She would do it until she was like, it sounded like she was like running out of voice to like meow at. She would just be like, meow, meow. I felt so bad for her. I felt so bad for her. I was like, it must be kicking in hard right now, girl. I am so sorry.
And this is what the male cat's saying.
And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis?
Poor thing.
Anyways, we went all the way around the world with the bodega cat. So there was a point to that. So there's this mosque somewhere, and they were having Ramadan prayers, and with the special guest cat. Just watch the dude. Dude does not even flinch. I think this is just so amazing. So check this out. This is pretty cool. Kitty! So the cat's up there, you're like, okay. He sticks his ass in the face, of course. Let me get a little lovin'. Aww. Guy doesn't even miss a beat. Cat jumps down. And then down with the prayers. Look. I am not Muslim, but with that kind of timing, I could convert. I'm just saying the The dude was just unflappable. He was doing his prayer. A cat's climbing him. Doesn't miss a beat.
I know. And the fact that he jumped off right at the perfect time, too, was perfect.
That cat was racist. That's not even a thing. Yeah, Coppola, that was a cool cat.
It was.
Anthony over there talking about racist cats. Yeah, so anyway, so there was that. That was fun. Did you like that? Did you enjoy that?
Of course. I saw that this week. It's such a good video. Very heartwarming.
Oh, Ed gotta be behind the scenes. They gotta have a prior relationship. You don't know that? That could have been some rando ass. Maybe. But
yeah, of course.
Or maybe just random cats go in that mosque and just jump on people and say hi, and then they take off. There's like, no tender victuals here.
Yeah.
Got to go somewhere else. You know.
Yeah, maybe the cat is just known to do that kind of stuff. You know, he seemed comfortable with them on his shoulder too, like it wasn't the first time he's done it. So probably just a normal thing. And finally, with somebody who's like, we got to get that on film, and it goes viral.
Rick says, cat was like, food. Oh, wait, my bad. It's after the prayers. Yeah, you got to wait for the fasting to be over. What's up, Peace Dove? Pussy prayer. That's funny.
That's right.
Yeah, that cat probably is a regular. I mean, they probably just have a mosque cat around there, and they're just like, the cat just like, probably hearing the prayers kind of made it, probably sounded like some sort of weird meow to that cat. So the cat climbed up the dude and was like, what are you saying? You're speaking in riddles again. Yeah. Yep. So I don't know. That's probably what happened. You know what else happened today? It was Earth Day. Earth Day 2023. That's today, right? The 22nd?
Yeah, it is Earth Day today.
I always know it's 2 days after Hitler's birthday, so
yeah.
I'm always remembering Hitler's birthday.
Not like anything's good going on in the Earth. The Earth is pretty much fighting back against us like a virus, so.
Yeah, we are the cancers. That's for sure. Right. I don't really think, we talked about this before. I don't think we're from this place. I really don't. I don't think we're from Earth. I think we were planted here. We came from somewhere else. We're all made of stardust, Jimmy, but I think we came from other stars. So, and Earth Day has actually been around for a while. It's been around since 1973.
Of course it would be. The hippie days is when it got invented.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the tail end of hippie days going into the disco era.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that movement was fucked from the get. So, but here's a quick video for those who are not up on the Earth Day, what Earth Day is about. Let me get rid of pussy prayer there. But yeah, this is just kind of a kind of a brief history of how it started.
You might think that climate activism is a modern phenomenon, championed by Gen Z activists like Greta Thunberg. But in 1970, the US went climate crazy as 20 million Americans took part in the very first Earth Day. Before then, most US citizens had little idea of the impact that human behavior was having on the natural world. When an explosion off the California coast in 1969 sent 3 million gallons of crude oil into the Pacific Ocean, Gaylord Nelson, a Democratic politician from Wisconsin, was appalled at the careless destruction of the environment. Inspired by the peaceful, youth-led anti-war movements sweeping the nation at the time, Nelson proposed the idea of holding a nationwide environmental teach-in at college campuses to raise awareness of environmentalism. Earth Day began at sunrise on April 22nd, with a ceremony led by Native American tribes in Washington, D.C. Across the country, 10% of the US population participated in the grassroots campaign. They held fundraisers and took part in nature walks, while peaceful protests brought major cities like New York and Philadelphia to a virtual standstill. In the 3 years after the first Earth Day, basic legislation to protect the environment, such as the Clean Air Act and the Endangered Species Act, were passed. In addition, the US government created the Environmental Protection Agency, whose mission is to protect human health and the environment. And today, Earth Day is considered the largest non-religious event in the world, with more than 1 billion people taking part in events across the globe on April 22nd. Each year, Earth Day has a new theme. What do you think next year's theme should be?
Actually do something.
I know, right? Crab says, "Is this a propaganda channel?" Yeah, it totally is. We're propagating the myth that the Earth needs to be saved. That old lie. But they had a rave yesterday in Union Square Park in my neck of the woods. And,
all right.
Uh-oh. We'll put a little mute on that just in case we get the old DMCA. Don't want to get no DMCA. So yeah, this is Union Square in New York City in Manhattan. So they were having a Earth Day rave yesterday. Also, what I did not know is they were smoking up mad ganja in Washington Square Park too, over by NYU, and that's not a small park. There was a lot of people there for 420, and yeah, apparently it was a thing, and I didn't get to go because I don't know. I'm a square, I guess. No, and I don't like smoking with strangers either. I mean, that's just kind of weird. I mean, that's how you become friends. I understand that, but initially it's like, you know what? I don't really, if you're cool, I'll smoke with you, but I don't know. I'm just kind of weird like that. It's still even though it's legal here in New York and they literally sell it on the sidewalks, like kids selling like lemonade or something like that. It's just crazy, the way that shit works.
Yep.
Did y'all have anything to do with Earth Day in your part of town?
No, if they did, I didn't see anything that was going on. So no, I did not.
Kate says, I created an Earth Day radio show for CHLY that aired on Friday. So you can go to Mixcloud, Third Transit. I think she put that in the chat. Yeah. So feel free to check that out after the show, obviously. We want you here as a captive audience. So how you holding up there? Is everything okay? That you're back in your
We're here
tent?
reading the comments. I saw the Snork put on here. He said his late wife worked at Monsanto and studied the effects of uber goo on bugs. He believed that her entire department died from cancer. It's really sad.
Jeez. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, Monsanto's horrible. The EPA is corrupt. Nothing we can do about it. I mean, there's people out there like multi-level marketing pyramid scheme women out there selling stuff that's not even approved by the EPA, that's approved by other companies and saying that they're better than the EPA. So, there's nothing left. Even our bread is bad. It's just this whole planet is just going to shit. So.
Quit being so optimistic, Jimmy. Jesus. All right. Let's be realists. Snort said, yeah, I said uber goo. If I use the real name, the channel would go bye-bye. Thank you.
I mean, if there's people out there that are dying and are hungry, and then you have companies who purposely kill animals, livestock, food, farms and stuff because they can't afford, they won't be able to sell it, and grocery stores throw things away even before their expiration date, and they won't allow you to get it out of the trash can. You just know that, like, this world is really going to a shithole when it comes to even, you know, the agriculture part of it and the food part and all of that. So, I mean, yay, it's Earth Day, but it's all just like for show. I mean, they're not really doing anything about it. Just like the other day on 420, we were all celebrating 420, and what did Los Angeles do? Go crack down on small little mom and pop weed shops. Like, fuck this country, dude. I'm done. Like, I'm so fucking over it.
Debbie Downer, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm such a doomer. I know.
Debbie Downer, Debbie Doomer. That's her cousin, Debbie Doomer.
I mean, we always got the volcano party to look forward to. So
we got Matt, John, and Schlatsky here with us too.
Yeah, Crab is here as well.
He says, "I'm getting out of here, man. I feel that so hard. Jimmy is my inner cynic." Yeah, I mean, you know, yeah, I mean, it's you sound kind of foolish saying like all this positive stuff that has no bearing whatsoever in reality. You know, you just sound like a bootlicker, actually.
I know. I told you, I'm good at that.
Willie says, "I don't hate Americans, but I'm not fond of America." I'm not fond of the cults that we have in America. I'm really not fond of that.
Cults?
But that's the cults. See, you know.
Is there someone new? Is there a new one coming around or something?
Isn't there always a new cult? There's like, you have your Democratic cults.
Last one I heard was Jared Leto's cult, but he bought an island, so I mean, good on them. Bye.
Yeah, it's not a fun cult like that. It's a sad cult that all it does is divide people and make us want to hate each other. Mission accomplished.
Oh yeah, well, the cult mentality, yeah, true.
Yeah, you know, if you're outside the cult, then you obviously are not part of the cool kids club. And if you're not part of the cool kids club, then nobody's going to listen to you. And then you get shut out or you get shadow banned or what have you. So,
touche.
That's right. Ooh, Frenchie. We're going to get to them soon. What else we got here? So our buddies, Jose Vega and, let's see, let me read this real quick. So this is, Jose Vega and some of his pals have a YouTube channel, Declaring Independence. So please check that out. They did a video called Putting Away Childish Things, America in a World Without War. So if you don't know who Jose Vega is, Jose Vega and others have been to these town hall meetings where these politicians are and just really ask them questions. The mainstream media and their bootlicking cult members aren't going to ask them, and pretty much every time get booted out of these places that they go to. So, but this is they put together a little video, kind of an anti-war message. So let me bring this up and let's take a listen.
The dynamics of our country are shifting almost every day. The arrest of the Uhuru movement shows that you can now be put in jail for being critical of the US-NATO proxy war in Ukraine. By definition, this means you are now living in a time where speaking the truth is a revolutionary act, which means everyone must now decide if they're going to be revolutionaries. It's easy to sit on the sidelines and criticize the evildoers or the cowards who are in positions of power and refuse to stand up to them. But as Shakespeare says, all the world's a stage, and we are merely actors in it. But we are also the writers and directors, which means we decide the outcome of this never-ending play. by sitting aside and doing nothing while others are thrown in jail for speaking the truth. You are responsible for the injustice of the world, because inaction is a choice. We've heard good things from people like RFK Jr. and even former President Trump, but in a world which is literally changing every hour, to try and put your hope in someone else rather than you yourself acting for the good to instill hope in others, that will almost certainly lead us to doom. Because of Seymour Hersh's revelations that we blew up the Nord Stream pipeline and that the Biden administration was directly responsible for it, the United States is viewed by most of the world as an outlaw nation, which arbitrarily and selectively makes up the laws of the so-called rules-based order, while never being held to account for its own actions. And our government is similarly destructive to our own people. It is up to ordinary citizens like yourself to bring our republic into alignment with the principles of natural law and respect for the dignity of man. Diane Sayre, U.S. candidate for New York Senate running against Kirsten Gillibrand, will bring together many significant voices this Saturday in New York City as a commitment to collaborate on ending this war regime and to cause our nation to become a participant in a new paradigm of relations among other nations where all are equally respected and war is no longer accepted as human behavior. It is time for us to put away childish things and lead the U.S. in a world without war.
So yeah, that was Declaring Independence, their channel. It's not just Jose. There are others who go to these things, but he's kind of like the main cat that is at these things causing the trouble. So he gets the most face time, I guess, for the most part. So do you like what they're doing? Do you like them getting in people's faces at these town hall meetings?
Yeah, no, I absolutely love it. It took me a minute to remember who Steve Donziger was, but yeah, no, I'm enjoying all of this. I don't know. I guess they were doing it because of he's supporting Marianne Williamson today. That was like the one today, right?
That was a different thing. She had an event today. I think she had an Earth Day event or something.
Okay, yeah.
I think
I thought that was interesting. I haven't completely watched it yet, so I don't know.
I think Crab went to that. Went to the Marianne.
Yes, I guess he's the one that recorded it. So.
But there was.
I just kind of I don't know yet. I have to see how it goes though before I make my judgment, because I still like Donziger because he's the guy that fought I think it's Chevron, the oil company, in the Amazon to save the Amazon people, and he won. And then when they came back to America into New York, Chevron found a judge that would go on their side and ended up ruining his life for a couple of years. He was, to me, I thought he was kind of the same up there with like not as big as like Julian Assange and stuff, but he was up there doing the good deeds with like those kind of people to me. So I don't know. I guess seeing him support Marianne Williamson is kind of upsetting, but he has been hanging out with those kind of people, so I could kind of see if he would fall into that line. But I'll have to see how the video goes, though. I don't know. But I like all the other stuff that he's been doing with like AOC and all those other politicians. That shit is gold.
Well, I can see where like Marianne Williamson and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to a certain extent are trying to fill that void that Bernie left in 2016 and 2020. So for people like that, particularly for Donziger, I mean, yeah, he's supporting her. I don't think he really understands that, this out of, trying to do stuff within the Democratic Party is just a fool's errand. Maybe he does understand that, and maybe he doesn't think she's going to win, but that because some people run knowing full well that they have no intention of trying to win at all. They just want to get a message out, right? And maybe he thinks that she's just trying to get some messages out. He probably thinks, I mean, he's a pretty smart guy. I'm pretty sure he knows she's not going to defeat Biden. Although Bernie was down 60 points when he first announced back in 2016 to Hillary, and he managed to close the gap pretty quick. But you're talking about at a time where that kind of rhetoric from a politician it was being said, but it wasn't backed up by somebody with Bernie's resume of his civil rights activism in the 60s and whatnot. So it sounded more sincere in 2016. It was the first time you actually heard sincerity from a legitimate presidential candidate, right? But now that Bernie has come and gone, others are trying to be sincere like that too, and, you know, work off their bona fides from the past. Although, I mean, Marianne Williamson compared to Bernie as far as like their past efforts, she's been in protests and stuff like that, but I mean, to the extent, not nearly as much as politically involved with trying to change the system like Bernie has. I mean, she kind of aligned herself with Oprah and the big money folks, and it's like blue collar people are not going to, you know, take a liking to her at all. It don't matter how many Pabst Blue Ribbons she drinks at some country bar to pander to people. People are starting to see right through that shit.
Yeah. And she supports the Ukraine war too, so, you know. There's like a couple of things I don't agree with her on, and that kind of sealed my deal of not liking her, but I could see how a lot of people still support her too, so, because I kind of did for a while there. Thought that she was kind of outside the box, a little bit different, you know, but, you know, yeah. And plus, there's also still people that want to do the whole infiltration, like infiltrate the Democrats thing. So, and I'm pretty sure Donziger probably is thinking in that kind of terms of infiltrating the Dems, and hasn't been paying attention very much to even understand the corruption that's already set in place and is too hard to even get out of. So,
At least with RFK, he seems like he has a little more gravitas under his belt when it comes to, like, because he's been a champion for a lot of social causes. The Kennedy family always has been. How they use that. How they use that generosity for political gain is a different story as well. So,
well, they're old school too. Like Kennedys are they still have the gold standard mentality type. So, like, you know me, I'm an MMT activist. I love modern monetary theory. So, knowing that he's not like that at all, I kind of worry. I want somebody who's, at least with like Bernie, his financial advisor for the campaign was Stephanie Kelton, who's like the biggest lady in MMT right now. So at least if Bernie was going to win, we had somebody who knew how the economic system works. With RFK, he's so old school. His family is so old school. I'm so worried about the economy as it is right now. So it'd probably get even worse eventually. It's already like that because most politicians know how the economy works. They just don't want us to know how it works so they can keep doing what they're doing. But yeah.
Yeah, fool me 1,000 times, shame on you. You know, at this point, it's just like, you know, it's like the politicians say, you know.
I'm fooling you and you don't like it.
Exactly. I'm fooling you and you don't like it.
That's right.
But some people do like it. I guess some people do like to be fooled. We've got Oz and Aussie in the chat too. Good show earlier, Oz. You and Shanda always do a good job on Beauty and the Boomer. Really like the artwork on that show too. I like it when when they reface themselves onto like these like graphic.
It's called reface. Yeah.
Yeah, but not on photos. When they do it on like caricatures or pictures like that aren't photographs. I think it looks really nice on there. So I'd love to learn how to do that. You know, we could swap faces for one evening. I'd have your face, and you'd have my face. Your husband would divorce you. Then, because if you had my face with especially if we left the chin whiskers on it, probably would not be a fan of that.
Probably wouldn't be interested anymore.
I would, it would be very confusing for me. I don't know how, but I would be nobody special in this neighborhood, unfortunately. So I'd just be a very pretty, dude, I guess.
Yep.
I don't know. You know what else is pretty, Jimmy?
What's that?
Revolution.
A clean ass. Revolution.
Clean ass is pretty. Don't get me wrong.
And
I think it's beautiful. A clean ass is the Mona Lisa of body parts. So, but a revolution is pretty too, and especially what's going on in France, in Gay Paris. They went to the Paris Stock Exchange, right, in Paris, and they go into the building with the smoke and the fire. Right. So yeah, this is them storming the Bastille, as it were. These kids is crazy. That's right, Brad. There is nothing prettier than seizing the means of production. I love what the French are doing over there. It's so great. If their grandparents back in World War II had half as much gumption as these kids do, France would have never fell. In fact, France probably would have invaded Germany and taken it over. So I'm pretty sure of that.
Right.
So this is in France, in Paris. So good for them.
Hell yeah.
Love me some
You
revolution.
said that's at their stock exchange?
That was at the Paris Stock Exchange.
Damn. That's so good. They figure out the right places to do them at. Like BlackRock, and then they went to like the Macron's favorite restaurant that he goes to all the time. Like they pick the good spots. What do we do?
Yeah,
nothing.
They literally follow the money when it comes to these protests.
What do we do out here? We go find a corner out on the city and we protest around the block for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, right. They got their little signs up like I'm protesting Christopher Walken. No more walk-ins. No more walk-ins. Appointment only. Appointment only. No more walk.
That's right.
Yeah. 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 Wait a minute. Where's this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was waiting for something.
Self-deprecating humor.
That's right.
Look at Willie dropping names. As I was telling Fiorella this week during the interview, I am more anti-capitalist these days. Look at you. I can smell the leather on your elbow patches on your smoking jacket. Willie, is it? Hey, right. DJ Yona. Good to see you, buddy.
Yona.
So now we have more game fun goodness. This is what you brought. So
yay.
you wanna introduce this? Wait a minute, what is this? The
video games are awesome. That's it. That's all I have to say. Video games are awesome.
I built a theme park.
This guy's cool though.
Yeah, Let's Game It Out is the name of the channel, I think.
Yeah.
I built a theme park of perpetual torment in Planet Coaster.
Right. So
Thanks.
company developers will give this guy video games so he can test them to their fullest extent to the point where like you'll break the system. And he loves just really like having fun with these things. But also at the same time, this is a roller coaster tycoon type game with people. And he likes morbid death and fun stuff like that. So don't worry, nobody was harmed in the making of this film.
Not that we know of.
No, we're good. We're good. Nobody actually dies. Don't worry.
We're not signing any affidavits attesting to the truthfulness of that statement, but we educated guess, pretty sure. So what am I doing? I'm putting this on what, triple speed? Is that what you said?
No, just 1.5.
I swear to God, I don't see how everybody listens to shit so fast. That's why people don't remember stuff, because they're listening to it too quickly.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. We're playing Planet Coaster today. I've never played this game before. I have played a lot of Planet Zoo, and that game is great for, shall we say, dealing with animals. But my sense is that Planet Coaster has something that Planet Zoo doesn't, and that's more mayhem of the human variety. So buckle up, let's get started. We're gonna build our beautiful coaster right here in the city. Yes, game, thank you. Please serenade me with these city noises. Name your park. Coastway to the Heaven Zone. That'll do. Here we are outside the beautiful city. A bustling downtown with an aggressive amount of traffic. Well, I can see why you'd want to spend a day at the roller coaster park. Seems a tad stressful. Let's leave all that behind and go retreat to a theme park run by a maniac. Is this the entrance to my park? Some random bear cave? Where does this even lead? Oh, to a teleporter. I get it. You didn't use physical exertion. You just used magic. Okay, so again, I've played Planet Zoo, and all this stuff looks real similar. Even some of these items look the same from what I'm used to. Oh, this is different. Fireworks of all kinds. Like this one shaped like a skull. Well, now I gotta see what this looks like. Oh, well, that's just splendid. And of course, now we need to see what happens when we put a bunch of these down. Up you go, and oh yeah, that's great. Well, now we've got to continue with this glorious blanket of fireworks. Okay, go. Really, just one? That's all you're gonna... Oh, my eyes. Oh, goodbye, frame rate. That didn't take very long. Wonder how many of these you can add. Okay, so I added a few more. Okay, I added a lot more. I can't really tell you how many are there, because at a point, the game just won't draw them anymore until you get closer. But if my count is accurate, there's something like 100 to 150,000 fireworks in here. So maybe consider averting your eyes. This might get really bright. Ah, yeah, it's like a nuke's going off. Oh, yeah. I think this might actually be all we're gonna get. The game appears to be taking up 78% of my CPU and almost 38 gigs of RAM. In fact, I'm kind of surprised that it's still going at all. Oh, wait, there it goes. Okay, I think that might have been a little much. Let's not do that again. So let's move on and see what these other fireworks can do. And for that, first, we're going to build a little tower. Ah, beautiful. And we'll just load it up with some fireworks. Watch out, everybody. Something threatens our fair city. The threat of having too much fun. Look, I know tens of thousands was too many, but how am I supposed to not do this? Like, why have this in the game if not to fire it like a cannon? Ah, there we go. How festive, yet deadly. All right, let's see how this looks. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Well, now that the city is on lockdown, I mean, it looks like besides fireworks, we also have electricity and water and pyrotechnics. Oh my god. Flamethrower. Okay, seriously, who's building a park and using this responsibly? I'm gonna go with not many. I certainly won't be. Hey, you two, we're not open yet. I said we're not open yet. All right, suit yourself. Don't say I didn't warn you. What, you two made it through somehow? Oh, this won't do at all. I guess it's finally time to dive into the coaster part of Planet Coaster. This seems like the perfect time to test the thing I'm really wondering about. Human casualties. My goodness, there's so many to choose from. Come on, steal vengeance. Let's go do God's work. Seeing how this is a test, I really don't want to miss. We'll just go ahead and set this up right here, and we'll make sure the track goes down right into the soft part of their craniums, and then just kind of loop back up at the last minute. It's gonna be perfect. Okay, let's test it. You two buckle up. A magical journey is about to take place. Really? Really? Are you people immune to everything? So be it. You got lucky this time. Maybe you can't hit people when the train is still on the tracks. So let's crank all the speed up to the highest it can go. And let's see how test number 2 goes. Dum-dum-de-dum. Oh, just here for a nice day at the... Oh, no! Okay, this seems to have worked slightly better. Good. At least something will take these people out. I also love when the coaster carts pop out of existence. There's collateral damage. Here, I'll leave you a little warning sign. Now you never need to wonder what you should do. No guesswork required. Okay, so as much as I'm enjoying the feather-light touch of this particular coaster, I can't help but wonder if we can get a little more velocity going. So let's retire this reliable beast. Well, this sounds fun. Hydraulic launch. Let's go ahead and put it up here so the people don't even see it coming. Let's not go too wild, but we'll put it a little bit higher. Let's see, what is this? Launch system that propels trains at speed along the track. God, yes. Let's see, target speed, highest it can go, acceleration, fastest it can go. Yes, optional catwalk. The maintenance people are gonna need that when this thing goes at a perfect 90-degree angle. And down we go. Test 1, let's do this. Definitely off to a good start. What with it being completely vertical and all. Hey buddy, have you thought about looking up?
Oh,
Just
Jesus.
not. Okay, well, this seems plenty effective. Yep, that'll do it. Well, this seems like it's been overall quite successful. Hey, wait a minute. This gives me an idea. Now, our guard tower here has admittedly limited range. You know, it can probably get more distance. Perhaps some manner of roller coaster placed really, 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 really high in the sky. Impossibly high, some would say. Oh my god. Yeah, that's gonna be good. Okay, let's see. Target speed, 100 miles an hour. Acceleration rate, all of it. And just like before, it's gonna be a steady ride all the way down. What could possibly go wrong? Buckle up or don't. I don't care. I know I sure would love to ride something on a 90-degree turn. Easy, easy. Oh, just didn't clear it. That's okay. First time out, not bad. Let's try and extend this a little bit. Everything else the same except slightly more runway at the end. Test number 2, don't let me down. Well, we lost one. And the others, well, no closer. Okay, let's try a different coaster. Like the Flying Stingray. All because it has the word flying in it. Oh my god, look at this majesty. Okay, hopefully this will...
This reminds me of that death park that's in New Jersey. I think it's closed now. I can't remember the name of it, but it was just like shit was flying off the rails and stuff like that too.
Different this time. It's only based on the idea that the track is on the underside. And with my zero understanding of physics, I think that'll mean it'll slingshot with much velocity. Have a good trip, my horizontal friends. Oh my god, this would just be barf central, wouldn't it? You don't even get to see anything cool. Like, you're staring away from the city. But you'll get the ultimate view now, bye. Oh my god, this is feeling promising. We did it, yeah! Finally, we've weaponized a roller
Right
coaster
in
against
traffic.
the city. Well, that was fun. Where was I? Oh yeah. I forgot this is all still happening down here. Have you people just been getting terrorized this entire time? Do you need help getting off the lawn? Here, I think I know what I can use to help. And it's not gonna feel like overkill at all. Hey, you might want to turn around. There's some magic happening behind you any second now. Wow, they just ceased to exist. Hey kid, you might want to move. Oh, it just all happens so fast. I'm kind of curious now with all this velocity, if there's actually any rhyme or reason to how far people fly. But for a good test, I feel like we're gonna need more people than this. So I guess that means we gotta build some stuff to attract people. I know, build a theme park in a theme park game. I'm pretty freaked out too. Not a big one though. I just need a space for people to congregate. And if there's one thing I know people love, it's like gift shops and stuff. Cool, this pre-made thing will do. Yep, I see them too, buddy. Our first victims. Well, these stands don't appear to be very popular. That's not stopping crowds from getting stuck trying to leave or enter. This is definitely more of what I wanted. So I think it's time for experiment number 1. Come here, you. Test 1. Ready to go. This guy up here has like the best job on the planet, doesn't he? He just knows what's gonna happen. And they just fill in the gap like it never happened. Oh my god.
Oh
they
my
really
god.
go flying. I think this is better than I possibly could have hoped for. Just sprinkling body.
That's a testament to America right there. You can just
That's right.
blow a hole through a crowd of people and they'll just fill in the ranks and keep on doing
keep
what they're
going.
doing.
Everywhere.
Yep.
Well, no sense in stopping there. Let's invite some friends along. I'm sure the public will appreciate this. I'll never get tired of this, especially the part where they just don't seem to see it coming. There's so many people out here with fresh bodies arriving all the time. God, there's so many people here. It's starting to look like an outdoor festival. It's a shame, though. After a certain amount of time, the game just resets them off the grass. So I wonder, is there a way to keep these people over here? Okay, let's do a test. If I build a nice, lovely stone column, will people be able to pass through it? Well, only one way to find out. Oh, yes, they can impact with it all right. Well, we know what we need to do now. Okay, there we go. My hideous, weird-looking rock wall. Well, let's see if the wall catches these people. Oh, God, yes. It's like confetti, but it's bodies. Happy birthday to us. Okay, this is putting them in a somewhat more localized area, but I don't know if this is actually helping. The area of impact is still rather wide. What we need is a way to refine this, like a big rock trough. If I duplicate this, and then just kind of move it out, yeah, okay. Just kind of lightly put it at an incline. Should work as a really rough and uncomfortable people collector, right? Okay, let's collect some victims. I mean, people. Good, enough of them are bouncing.
Man,
Okay, yeah,
it's
I
like
think it's working.
World
Oh, yeah, look, they're all
War
sliding down
Z.
there with all those broken bones and stuff. I'm just so pleased that my people trough is working. What must this journey look like? Let's see what it looks like from the perspective of, oh, this kid. Okay, I've got the camera on him right now. Let's restart time. Well, you know, he's making this look kind of fun, especially the part where he impacts with the rock and probably breaks most of his bones on the way down. And then surrounded by only strangers. Don't worry, this is your new family now. Okay, stage 2, we gotta make sure these people don't vanish, and I think we can accomplish
Those are
that by putting
resilient
paths down.
people.
Okay, I don't know if this will do the job, but let's see. Okay, so it looks like they still feel lost, or in the process of breaking all their bones. I'm gonna assume that it's because while they're on a path now, path isn't actually connected to anything. Okay, so let's test this. If I build a path out of here, and all the way back to the beginning, but like if I connect it on the side before the pay thingy, are these people gonna try and sneak into the park? Nope, they seem to be pretty good about it. They're just spacing themselves out. Smart move. Meanwhile, back to this abomination. Oh, it looks like the path is working. Looks like if people keep going, they'll get out of here safely. You know what though, let's not make it too easy for people. Let's at least make them work for it. So let's go ahead and take them underground. You know, just a little ways underground. And then back to the surface. The very normal surface. Okay, so you might be wondering, how is it that so many people are going in, and yet so few people seem to be emerging? Well, don't you worry, their journey isn't done yet. So first everyone just goes straight down into the hole, and just like you'd want for your exit from a theme park, it's pitch black down here. Let's install some lights. That's better. Yep, just walk towards the light, stay on the path, nothing bad's gonna happen to you. Oh wait, sorry, I got that confused. I meant there's something coming for you. I guess I forgot to mention these 3 roller coasters I've set up. But hey, some people make it through, some people don't. Don't worry though, those people aren't dead. Actually, they're very much alive. But naturally, their journey continues on a different path, starting with these mystical stairs. Okay, so here's what I've learned about people in this game. All these people keep going because they know eventually this path will take them back to the beginning. Which says to me, so long as this path takes them to the exit eventually, they will keep walking. But hey, let's test these limits more than getting hit by a roller coaster ever could. Give them something everybody enjoys. A lot of cardio. A whole hell of a lot of cardio. Okay, all you brave people. 3 things I want you to consider while you walk up this stairway.
God, it's
1,
the
there's no
Bronx.
railings, so watch your step. 2, don't forget that this is still happening, and there's some people that are going to clear that wall. So, you know, maybe don't look to the right. And 3, I've made a great discovery. It turns out you can have these TV screens, and you can even import your own graphics and videos. So I went ahead and made a couple of my own signs, you know, to motivate people. So we'll go ahead and put this one right at the beginning. Not like there's this many steps, but, you know, you got to keep people motivated. And halfway up, you're probably feeling a little winded. So let's make sure your motivation is nice and high. Yes, hooray for cardio. And let's head up to our final sign that's way up at the top here. It's always important to do a wellness check from time to time. How many broken bones do I have? It's going to be especially important as we go down this nice, lovely, uneventful catwalk. Hey, speaking of cats, why don't we put a roller coaster up here? One right out of my fever dreams. Hello, nightmares. Would you like to terrorize these people with me? Yeah, go get them. Yeah, this'll teach you. Come on, it's really your own fault if this thing gets you. We're coming at you at .0001 miles per hour. Oh my god, it's so scary looking. That said, a lot of people are still getting through. So I feel
All
like
that
we're gonna have to up
murder.
the stakes a little bit. Boy, are you all in for a surprise. It's everyone's favorite, the log ride. There you go, head on down the river to collect your victims. I mean, really, the giant water slide should be kind of a dead giveaway for people. But hey, sometimes you're just too into the surroundings. But since a lot of you are still getting through, let's go ahead and set up coaster number 3, whatever the hell this is. I, for one, can't wait for this living nightmare to start moving. Hey there, everybody, don't be alarmed. There's just a, oh my god, it just keeps coming. Wow, that's an aggressive roller coaster, isn't it? I'm just saying, people probably want to move from that spot. I told you. My soft human body. Well, I think between these 3, we've managed to make sure most people don't survive the catwalk. I've got some good news, though. These people aren't just falling to their death. Oh, they go somewhere very different. I've actually set up a nice little contraption to catch them. Don't worry, I'll explain. First, we catch the people, and then they get strained through this slot, actually through multiple slots, before getting funneled down here. Then we just follow them down. Sure, we lose a couple, but most of them make it. Then they all get dumped down into this little compartment right here. It couldn't be more simple. Careful, protect your spine and vital organs. Now, you might be wondering, where is here exactly? Well, you see, I don't feel like they've been launched enough, so I've created a new delivery system, if you will. I figured, why not build them something special? Like firing them out of a giant shotgun. That's right, it's an old double barrel. What's the matter? You haven't seen a double barrel shotgun roller coaster before? That's okay, I'm pretty sure these people haven't either. Who knew their fantastic journey would end here, as ammo for this? And if you're wondering how this works, look no further than these 2 guys over here. First, these 2 launch at the same time, each one gathering speed and diving directly into the ground, at which point it literally goes into the earth, scoops up into the gun, and if all goes according to plan, something magical will happen. Meanwhile, while people are wandering down the tubes, they're basically putting themselves into position for these things to launch them as far as possible. And if all goes according to plan, we're gonna have a nice little shotgun baby. Okay, looks like we got plenty of buckshot lined up. Excuse me, voluntary participants. Okay, let's give this a shot. Payload has been deployed. So far, so good. Well, that was better than unexpected. Honestly, my only complaint is it just flies off into the distance. All these people get to survive on nice soft grass. So let's see if we can't do something about that. All right, here we go. I got just the thing. Look, I don't care how close we get it as long as someone goes in the hoop. Yeah, nothing but net. You know, I gotta say, I'm really pleased how this is all turning out. Okay, that's great, but for you people coming right out of the cannon, I got something else for you. Okay, where were we? Besides the frame rate being noticeably worse. Oh yeah, that's right. Nothing but pro shots over here. Luckily, though, now we have some plans for where these people go next. Down here into my beautiful volcano. Where the brimstone is fresh and the frame rates are sparse. How's everyone dealing with this? You okay? Don't forget, if these people are here, that means that they've survived not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 catapultings, and now they have to deal with being in lava, and I had to deal with these frame rates. What I'm saying is these people have most definitely earned a way out. You see these 2 brave souls right here? They found their way to the secret exit. There you go, families. Come on out of that hellscape and glitchy graphics and back into there you are. Look at you. And if they somehow find their way through these dark corridors, believe it or not, there actually is a way out, and it actually takes you to the beginning of the park. Congratulations, you've actually earned your freedom. I mean, kinda. You do have to brave all the roller coasters again, but provided you can do that without getting hit, you can go home. Oh, too bad. Well, better luck next time. Who knows, maybe you'll get lucky this time. Yeah, just walk on top of that kid, and that's the circle of life for you. Well, I hope you had fun. I know I did. I give this game 206 out of 206 broken bones, as well as 3 subway cars waiting to ambush you in a dark passage, an honorable mention to cardio, and an A+ for the game providing me with limitless ammunition. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
So good. So good. So good.
Yeah, that was fun.
So morbid. It's such a great game. Like, leave it up to that guy to do that kind of stuff in a video game where you just have to make roller coasters. Like, he has such a good imagination too, so it's fun. I love it.
Yeah, I those kind of games too, when you're doing like simulation kind of games, it's kind of fun to do, like, to try to break the game, see what kind of stuff will break the game, see if there's any secret rooms, secret back rooms kind of things, and so
right. Yeah. That's my favorite part of those videos he makes, is like when he talks about how bad his frame rate is.
Yeah, especially when he's doing the fireworks there. Yeah. Tim says at the end you find out those are real people. I know, right? It was like oh man. Oh, I don't want to spoil the movie in case nobody's seen it. But like the person thought it was a game, but it was actually real life. So, so you brought us some other little treats too. You want to set up this 50 thing?
Yeah. So the next couple of ones that I have are just some good oldies, like I was doing last week. I think last week I said I was going to play this one. So this is one of those old school goodies from the 2000s. It's a song. And I think you might like it too, Warren. Definitely one of those songs that are going to get stuck in your head again, but better than Banana Phone. So
Ring, 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 ring,
exactly.
Banana phone.
You're going to like this. I promise.
All right. We'll see.
Hey, little girl. Did you want to know a secret? 'Cause I know one, and it is so good to hear it. You want to know what it was? All right, I'll tell you what it was. I know how to count all the way to 55. And I will tell you how to do it faster than you can say poopty poopty pants. You ready to hear it, baby? All right.
You baby.
1, 2,
2
2.5,
2.5
7,
4
14,
14
21, 27 half, 27, 37. What you say? Shiggity swole, 55. Shiggity swat, shiggity 5. Shiggity swole, 55. Shiggity swattity swole, 55. Girlfriend's age, 55. My IQ, 55. You must pay. 5 plus 5 is 50, 50, 50. 55. Shiggity swattity swattity swole, swattity swole, 55. My IQ is 55. Shiggity swattity swattity swole. Swattity swat swat swat. Shiggity swat 50 55. Come on girl when you add 5 plus 5. Come on girl 55. Do that 55. Come on
That's
girl,
hot.
Come on girl, shake your butt UX. 55 55. Now let's do the sex. Come on. Shiggity
Let's do the sex.
Shiggity swat 55. Shiggity swattity swat 55. 55. Come on girl 55. What you say? What you say? Come on girl 55. 55. Shiggity swat, 55. What you say? 55. What did you say? 55. Cannot hear you. 55. My ear can 55. Do it. Shiggity swattity swattity swat swat swat. 55.
What
Such a
the
great
fuck
song.
was that? What was that?
One of the greatest songs that was ever invented. He should be up there with Beethoven, Bach, all the rest of the classics.
Crocus.
Crocus. That's right. That's right.
I don't know. I'm kidding him. No one can touch Crocus. That's just that's too high of a brass ring to grab. Gamer said it's an interesting song. What the hell is even that? DC said, of course.
Hey, DC said he saw the guys open for Bad Brains in '93.
I'm gonna assume that was a joke. 'Cause I don't think these people are is an actual band, are they?
Yeah, it's a real band.
Is it a real band?
Oh my goodness,
You mean-
yes. Hold on.
People would pay
55.
real money to see them?
They were, yeah, they were a real band. Hold on, I know the name of them. Damn it. I'm not gonna remember. Oh, Group X
That's their name?
was their name. Yeah, they were a real
Group
band.
X.
Yep.
Not a real popular
Oh,
band.
he said it was
though.
a joke, but they are a real band.
But he did see Bad Brains in 2010. Okay. And he did stay at a Holiday Inn Express as well. So yeah, that's funny. Where did you first hear that Schweddy thing? I've heard of Schweddy balls, but not
No, it's 50. Yeah.
Schwifty. Where did you first hear
55.
that?
E-Bombs World in like high school when I was in the computer room, and it was like those days where, those videos would be all over the internet or on the internet and certain websites, and you'd find them. And it was just something that I played every day that I would go to the computer room. It just stuck
wow.
with me. Same thing with like Banana Phone or Peanut Butter Jelly Time or the Numa Numa, like all those ones. Those are the E-Bombs World was like the place to go.
Banana phone.
You people are stupid!
These people are stupid.
Yes, early internet was awesome.
It was.
It was the Wild Wild West back then. And now it's just it's a shit-lived nightmare. So
Yep.
That's not good. So you brought some other stuff too. There's this
I did.
blonde girl that has issues. Want to talk about
She
this?
does not. She does not have issues. Oh my goodness, no. This is pretty much a typical girl from the early mid 2000s. So, her name is Jenna Marbles. Actually, she was probably one of the most famous YouTubers on YouTube. So she was actually amazing. She was really. She does the comedic acts. She's fucking awesome. In actually, about a year ago, when everybody was doing the canceling thing, she went in and deleted all of her videos. So trying to find this video was very hard because it's not on her page anymore because she doesn't want people to see it, I guess, or whatever. But the shit's still funny. This is literally like us girls in the 2000s and how like we would do our makeup and stuff. So this one is titled How to Trick Yourself into Thinking That You're Really, or How to Trick People into Thinking That You're Really Good Looking. So.
All right.
Hello there, friends, and welcome to my tutorial.
Oh no, they might copyright strike because of the Rick ass.
You're born really ugly like me. There's steps you can take.
Well, it's a good thing we watch these things before we play them, right, Jimmy?
No, I did watch it.
Oh,
I didn't
wait,
think that.
I know you didn't. That was sarcasm.
I didn't think about copyright strike at all when I watched it today, and then we got hit, and then it just now hit me like, oh no, Rick Astley's not going to do anything. Well, you're not even monetized yet, so should we be all right?
They could still take down the channel. They could take down your channel too, since we're streaming on that one too. So
I know.
Have to think about these things before we put them in. So.
I did. Just do it anyway. I don't even care.
It's just my channel.
Take to be good looking, kind of.
It's mine
I've
too.
already taken some steps before we even start. I bleached the absolute shit out of my hair, and I tanned my skin because if I didn't, I would look like an albino. If you don't want to tan your skin, you can use fake self-tanner. That way you can ruin all of your clothes, and when it washes off, you can look like you have vitiligo. If you're blind as a fucking bat, like me, make sure you get contact lenses. Glasses are for douchebags. I also have a retainer. Now that you've got all that down, it's time to start getting ready. Step 1, take a shower, because you're probably dirty. All done. Probably took a while because you're one ugly mother. Now it's time to do your makeup. Literally take a bunch of makeup on your face. Neato. Now it's time to do your eye makeup. I like to use colors like black because it says, I'm a whore. The goal is to make yourself look nothing like yourself. Perfect. If you're thinking about going with a more natural look, let's be serious. You're way too ugly to pull that off. Now it's time to put on some fake whore lashes and draw on some cartoon eyebrows. Super duper. Don't forget your hoochie lipstick. I like this one because it makes me look like a streetwalker. Now it's time to abuse your hair. That was not good for it. Now remember, since you were born ugly, you're probably pretty weird. That means, God forbid you ever go in public, you're probably gonna embarrass yourself. Don't do any of this. Or this. Especially not this. And only a little bit of this. The next step is go out and get yourself a job that's super degrading. I picked dancing in my underwear. Before I go to work, I like to pump myself up by crying over my master's degree. Now remember, there's no cure for ugly. But you can make yourself into a human optical illusion. I like to leave all of my old Facebook pictures on Facebook so that everyone can know that I really am an ugly motherfucker. So there you have it, tricking people into thinking that you're good looking when you're really just a fucking weirdo. I realize that this video is not helpful to men. You're just gonna have to find a girl that thinks you're funny.
Oh, I love that video so much. I think we're good. We're not cut off of YouTube, right? We're good because they'll just shut you down. So we're fine.
No, I'm monitoring the situation. So normally we like to screen these things before we play them, but you know, we sometimes we get lucky and.
You're yelling at me right now. I screened it. I watched that video 3 fucking times today. I didn't.
You said you didn't watch it. You just said you didn't watch it.
I did watch it. I watched it 3 fucking times today, bro.
So if you knew the music was in there, why did you suggest it?
I just told you the reason why, because I didn't even think about the copyright strike. It only hit me in the head when we just now put it on because we got copyright strike 2 hours ago.
We got taken off the air. We got taken out. Well, here's a video that I've actually seen and have cleared for the show tonight. So I'm pretty sure we're not going to get a copyright strike. Although we could, because YouTube, being the gross entity that it is, basically will take your channel down for breathing these days. So yeah, though it's Rick Astley. He's fine with it.
He just rickrolled us, that's all.
I think Rick likes money too, Ed. So I'm pretty sure you're not his agent. So I wouldn't say that what you're saying is actually true or not.
He sues us, and then we get all the way to the courts and shit. And then when we get there, he doesn't show up, and then the judge just plays that song.
I guess maybe he did give us up, and he did let us down. Oh, because he didn't show up. It could be. Willie says, I can do karaoke without much worries, and I've done it in videos when it is fitting in the name of comedy.
Okay. And then he says Rick doesn't copyright strike, so hopefully we're good.
We'll see. It's not really up to Rick, though. It's up to Rick's album.
Maybe
company.
Rick owns it. That would be right.
I'm pretty sure he does.
That'd be all right.
He should own it. They should let him have it for free. So here's a non-copyrighted video from our buddies at Solid JJ, who don't like to get us in trouble and love for us to play their videos all the time.
Keep rubbing it in.
I'm trying to. This is what we call a teachable moment, Jimmy. See, we already had the warning shot from Willie earlier this evening, and you're sitting there. Instead of us running away from the bear, you've got the stick poking the bear, going, "Hey, bear, come on!" And that bear's like, the bear is Rick Astley.
I am an innocent bystander walking in the forest. I didn't even know the bear was 3 feet in front of me. Okay. I'm like a girl on my cell phone, not even walking around in the forest, and then all of a sudden I see a bear. That's what it was. This
is why you don't take rookies out into the woods. You got to have a little seasoning before you go out in the woods. Because, if you're accidentally running into bears, chances are you're not doing woods right. You're just wandering around in the dark. I just might as well take myself out of the woods and not go to the woods anymore. Yeah, just don't go to the woods. The woods aren't worth it. Right. There's nothing in the woods.
All right. What is canceled? I'm done. No more shows for me. I'm done.
There's cocaine bears in the woods.
There is.
So you have to watch out for them.
There is.
This was actually, this is not a new one, but I'm trying to get more people to watch this Solid JJ channel on YouTube. Okay. So this is this is a parody of Drake and Josh. I guess that's some Nickelodeon show from the 90s. I never watched any of that. So do you know who Drake and Josh are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, no, not Josh. Drake just went missing in Florida for like 2 or 3 days. And then they found him and arrested him. Yeah, it was like he went missing around around a school, and he's not allowed to be around schools because he's a registered sex offender.
Oh man, really? Man, all those tragic stories that come out of
Disney kids.
These Disney kids, man. I think there's like some sort of documentary about the Disney kids too, that people just talking about all this crazy shit they had to do to be on their shows and stuff like that. Yep. Yeah, that's pretty wild. But we can make fun of them here in the present. So this is what is this? This is Drake and Josh caused the Chernobyl nuclear disaster. So here we go.
Ew, Dan Schneider.
Come on,
Meanwhile,
Josh,
at
it's gotta be around
Chernobyl,
here somewhere.
I can't believe you convinced me to come all the way with you to Russia because the mail sent your concert tickets to the wrong place.
Eric Clapton tickets, Josh. The holy grail of all Erics. Come on, help me look around. He said he left it in here somewhere.
All right, just hurry up. What is this place anyway? Some kind of power plant?
Yeah, it's a nuclear reactor or something.
What?
What?
What did you say?
That it's a reactor or something?
No, I got that part. I was referring to when you said it was nuclear.
Relax. Nothing's gonna happen. We'll be in and out. Dang, it's dark in here. I think this might be the light switch. There we go.
What did you do?
I don't know. I just pulled out this lever and...
You don't go around nuclear reactors pulling levers. You are not the certified puller of levers.
Chill, dude. All right. What's gonna happen just because I pulled one lever?
There has been a nuclear accident in the Soviet Union, and the Soviets have admitted that it happened. The Soviet version is this.
drive it away.
Oh, really?
That actually looks like it could have been a real Drake and Josh episode.
Well, they did. They shot that in Chernobyl. In the 80s. They went back in time and did that. So.
Oh, okay.
Is he? Wait a minute. Is Dan? Who is Dan Schneider? Who is that?
He's the creator of all of these kid shows. He always featured in them. He was the big guy with the dark hair, but he was also the weird dude that pretty much preyed on all the kids.
Oh, really?
He's like when you talk about Disney and how like corrupt and gross they are with children, it's Dan Schneider that's doing all the dirty stuff, and they were letting him get away with it for years.
Gamer says those child stars got abused. Well, not all of them, but most former child stars got abused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I know.
The core is burning, dude. Yeah, I just feel bad, like, for any of those kids that were caught up in that, especially like, I mean, that's been going on for a long time. Child actors. First, it was the kids were breaking child labor laws because, well, the people that were hiring them because of all the long hours they were putting the kids through, and then they had to amend that.
Yeah.
And then they had and then these kids they just let these kids just do whatever the hell they wanted to. So a lot of them started partying early, like way earlier than they should. They had no business, being around drugs and alcohol, but,
yeah. Even in the 2000s, it was like that. I mean, poor Demi Lovato, like, she was already doing all that stuff at 15, 16 years old when she was working with Disney. She was actually being groomed by, he was the one with the goofy accent in that 70s show. What was his name? Do you remember him?
Oh, Fez?
Yeah, that guy, the actor. She was Fez, that actor guy. Yeah, she was being groomed by him at like 15 years old, 16 years old.
What? Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of these kids have dealt with some stuff. Jeanette McCurdy was, I mean, even Ariana Grande talks about stuff that she's dealt with there, but she doesn't talk about it too openly. Jeanette McCurdy don't give a fuck. She talks about all of it. She don't give a crap.
You're going old school with Drew Barrymore, because I remember hearing when Drew was a kid that she was like an alcoholic already before she was
child,
even before she was even a teenager. I'm like, my God. But I mean, she managed
at that time
to...
her mom was like a socialite and thought that if I took my kid here at the party, then all the other grown-ups will help me watch him or watch the kid. And I guess they didn't. Like, they just gave her alcohol, and then the mom got swept up in the elite partyism and ruined that kid's life for sure.
Yeah,
that woman's life.
And Barrymore's a big name in Hollywood. I think John Barrymore was the patriarch of I think that may have been her grandfather, I think. But I mean, Brooke Shields too, Rick.
Yep. Amanda Bynes. Even Britney Spears. Britney Spears was a Disney kid. Same with, Justin Timberlake. They were all Disney kids too.
Yep.
I mean, technically they were, because they were in that freaking singing show.
Kurt Russell was a Disney kid. That's where he got his
Kurt
start.
Russell was a Disney kid, really?
Oh yeah, he was. What was it? He was in Disney movies like the Computer Wore Tennis Shoes. I think he was in that one. I think it was like the strongest kid in the world or something like that. Yeah, it was a super young age. But yeah, it was all Disney movies back then. So
damn.
And you had that kid who was in the Witch Mountain movies, the old ones. Wilmer Valderrama, DC says, is Fez's name.
That guy, yeah, that's Fez's name.
Yeah, Rose McGowan, she was another one too that was caught up. Was she a Disney kid though? I don't know if she was a Disney kid or not. She was
I don't know.
Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah.
I mean,
Megan, what is her name? Megan, the girl from Transformers. She was treated like that too. Olsen twins.
Megan
Fuck
Fox.
the Olsen twins. Holy shit.
Yeah, the Olsen twins though, they got their money. They did. They were smart. They like put all that money, invested it into like other companies and stuff like that. Those kids are rich as fuck now. I say kids, they're in their 30s.
They're a year younger than me. Yeah.
Yeah. So at least financially they had a success story to come out of that. Whereas you have people like Dana Plato, who was the girl on Different Strokes, and she had it rough. I think she OD'd or something like when she was in her late 30s, early 40s. It may not have been. Jodie Foster was a Disney kid too. That's right, she was.
Shit.
Yeah, so a lot of kids didn't make. I mean, poor Corey Feldman, that poor guy. He was, he was like passed around like a joint in Hollywood. The poor kid.
Yeah.
You know, Brendan Fraser too. You know, he was.
Oh.
You know,
that guy's a national treasure.
Yeah, you know, look at Brendan Fraser.
They did
now,
treat
though.
him wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's no excuse for that kind of stuff. It's just a testament to him as somebody who survived that kind of bullshit and thrived afterwards too. So good on him. But not a lot of people are that lucky, you know. So
right.
I'm just glad my parents didn't try to take me to Hollywood when I was a little kid. I think they were like pretty skeptical of Hollywood anyway, because they knew I like to be like an entertaining kind of person, but you know, I was not. I looked like, what's his name? I looked like Ron Howard from the Andy Griffith Show. I was a little bitty redheaded kid, freckles, you know, nothing special. And Ron Howard was another one too, but he wasn't a Disney kid. Although, you know, he grew up on sets and stuff too, but he ended up becoming like a famous director and a very popular one too. Although I don't know what he's done lately. I can't remember if he's done any movies lately or not. He may have. I just don't know. But didn't he do Forrest Gump? No, that was what's his name? Robert Zemeckis, right? Did Robert Zemeckis do that?
I have no idea.
You are like a wealth of information tonight. I gotta really say, you are just hitting.
I don't know who created Forrest Gump. Do you want me to Google it? I can Google it.
No, it's okay.
It's magic.
It's fine.
I'm just being honest. I could like come up with something. M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah. Stanley Kubrick. Stanley Kubrick did it. We'll just say that.
Stanley.
So we can move along. It was
Guillermo del Toro.
It was the guy who did Citizen Kane. It was that guy.
That's so crazy you say that. That's so weird. I've literally been watching Citizen Kane, like things about it for the last couple of days. That's so trippy.
Oh, yeah?
That's been my homework. Yeah, I've had to learn about Citizen Kane.
Yeah?
Weird.
What did you learn?
Yeah. Nothing. I learned that they do really good transitions. They do really good transitions in the movie that was like way ahead of their time. And that he says Rosebud before he dies, and they don't ever figure out why he says Rosebud.
So that's what you got from it. He says Rosebud.
I just been watching YouTube videos explaining it. I have not actually seen the thing because I don't know how to get a hold of it.
Yeah.
So I watched YouTube videos about it.
I don't know. It may be. I don't think it's public domain.
That was created by Orson Welles. Yeah, DC. That's an Orson Welles because that guy has the same name as George Orwell. I get those two mixed up.
Orwell. That was his OG gangster name. They called him Orwell.
Well, no, I get George Orwell and Orson Welles mixed up.
Right, because that's his gangster name is Orwell's.
Okay, got it. Well, Orson Welles is the guy that created the Day After Tomorrow, where the aliens come and attack Earth, and he did it on the radio where the people actually like believed it was real, and like New York panicked for like 15 minutes and shit.
The War of the Worlds, you mean?
Yeah, that one, War of the Worlds. Yeah, he did that shit.
He did that as a radio program. Yeah, it did scare the hell out of a lot of people.
Yeah, I guess there was like 15 minutes that the entire city of New York was in a panic, so that people actually got to see like what would happen if aliens actually came. And so they say that that's why the government keeps aliens a secret, because they don't want that to happen again. It was like pure anarchy for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. People were tuning in late and we're hearing this because they say off the top of the radio program that this is what was it called? Theater, not Martian Theater. I can't remember what it was called. It was something theater and they were doing this is a radio play. This is War of the Worlds. And so they did that and then people were catching it after the disclaimer at the beginning and thinking, oh shit, because it sounded just like a real news report.
Yeah.
They've done that in TV. They did there was a TV movie that was about a television station that was reporting on a nuclear blast, I think in New York or something like that. But they were treating it like it was a network news show, right? Like it was breaking news on a network. I mean, I knew it was fake because the guy who was playing the main anchor, I can't remember his name, but he was on St. Elsewhere as an actor. I was like, oh, well, this guy's an actor. This is not real. But I'm assuming that people who don't know who any of these people are saw it and went, holy shit, they just bombed New York. And they didn't do that. It was a fake thing too. But they had because of the way it was structured, because it's visual, they would have every commercial break. I think when they come back from commercial break, they say the following is a dramatization. None of these events are real, because they wanted to avoid the scare of the War of the Worlds that had happened way back when. So it was a cautionary tale for anybody who's trying to do realistic type stuff like that. So you gotta be careful. You scare the hell out of some people.
Right. DC says it actually didn't happen, that they just came up with this story. So maybe that's right. And maybe I've just heard the story of them going crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine in the cities, there are probably some people panicking, but, for the most part,
right.
It's just, a lot of people found out it was a radio program and that was it. So,
right. Still, that's so cool though.
Yeah, it's,
I'm fooling you and you don't like it.
Yup.
That's exactly what they were doing. It's the theme of the night. I'm fooling you and you don't like it. So,
but that's who created Citizen Kane as well, as Orson Welles. So,
yeah, it was Orson Welles.
Yeah.
H.G. Wells. There's another Wells to add to the confusion.
Oh no.
H.G. Wells wrote The War of the Worlds. Ed, you're not you're not convinced it was a radio program? I don't know. It could have been. I mean, we're talking around the same era as the flying saucers with Roswell and Kenneth Arnold, and around the 40s. That's when you were seeing a lot of UFO activity. Right around the time the atomic bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So
yeah,
interesting time back then. Tesla was in the mix too for a little bit too before he
the news
died.
today and yesterday was trying to say that there was like, oh, is there aliens in the sky? And then it ended up being like a couple of meteors, and people are freaking out that there's like meteors coming down in the sky, not realizing that tonight there's a meteor shower. Oh, I thought that was the news is all trying to hoopla and hype up some meteor stuff yesterday and today, talking about aliens, and there's meteors coming down from, I think like a meteor came down like really close to Ukraine or something, and they had to make sure that it wasn't like a bomb and shit. I was like, Jesus Christ, there's a meteor shower coming, people. It's like happening right now.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's been lied to so much that everybody's pretty much paranoid as fuck these days.
Fuck yeah, they are. Jesus Christ, this state or this country has gone wild.
Well, yeah, I mean, fear is a great way to keep people divided too, you know?
Yeah.
They did it with the pandemic, they did it with Russiagate, they did it with Trump himself, you know, stoking that fear in people to get them to turn on one another.
Building up and building up now until it gets to a breaking point.
Yeah, fear has been used for a long time to control people, and it's easy. I mean, you get somebody scared enough, they will pretty much do anything in the name of security and feeling safe, you know?
Right.
Yeah,
even give up their own freedoms.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. It's they're giving up these freedoms for a little bit of security. And even then, you're not really secure, you know.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, how strong-willed a person are you? How much of a scaredy cat are you? You know, I think the people who don't pay attention to world events, even on a surface level, I think are the ones that are just getting propagandized by their favorite network that they watch. They're getting propagandized by the products that they buy too. How many products have you seen? Well, how many like video games and stuff have you seen that have like the Ukraine flag in the corner? Is like, we support Ukraine. And like,
oh man,
really?
Do you know how many yellow and blue outfits people have in No Man's Sky right now? I see them everywhere now. It's crazy.
It's ridiculous. But I mean, that's what happened. They've softened up the American people to the point where they've been inundated with so much media, all different kinds of media, that they're able to, you know, slip in this propaganda to people. And, you know, because these people are so used to they don't want to, when they don't want to leave their comfort zones, it's not just their echo chambers, it's their literal comfort zones. Like, technology has made people so comfortable, and all these modern conveniences, I think, have made us soft as a people, right? If we were to try to go out there and be the hunter-gatherers like our ancestors were, I don't think a lot of us would make it. A lot of us would just be like, oh, a spear? I gotta throw it at a woolly mammoth? This is too heavy. Where's there a White Castle around here? Can I go to White Castle instead? It's like, no, dude, they haven't invented White Castle yet. You actually have to go find your food and hunt it down and kill it before you can cook it and eat it.
And they got us so used to death and otherizing other people too. I mean, the whole 20 years of the Afghan war, how many times did people go and look for, like, you know, guys from ISIS doing like the ISIS beheadings and the murders and stuff. You know, a lot of people, like even the news was showing bits and pieces of that, and them, you know, standing there on their knees. So they've made us used to seeing death, and then they've otherized everybody. So like we can otherize people in Russia right now, or we can otherize people in Palestine right now, or Yemen right now, and not think about the fact that they're real people, but then not do the same thing with our own allies. So we've not only, you know, desensitized ourselves to death, but we've also been able to figure out a way to otherize other people, even if there's no difference whatsoever. So they're still humans.
Yep. Still vulnerable, scared humans. And, you know, you try to talk people up. You try to bring their confidence up and get them to watch other things. I mean, I admit I used to be in that kind of cult too back in the days, but then I was worried about other stuff. I had other things to worry about besides politics. I didn't really care that much up until around literally the turn of the century, when I stayed up all night and watched that Gore versus Bush election and how crazy it went. And ever since then, I'm sure it was crazy before then, but ever since then, to me, I haven't trusted politicians. I don't trust any of them. I saw the way the Democrats acted when Bush was president, and were basically giving him everything he wanted for that unjustified war over there. And and at the time I thought, wow, these Democrats are just really weak. They're very cowardly. And I understand Democrats are supposed to be for peace, but you're actually allowing war to happen when you could actually do something about it. And it took me a while, but it finally clicked in that, oh wait, the Democrats are just like the Republicans. They just, you know, it's that big Venn diagram where like 90% of everything they agree on, but on the edges there's the 10%. Was it guns, religion, and abortion? I think are the things that keep them. Because I mean, if you don't have those things in the mix, maybe Democrats and Republicans who are not like in the cults actually get together, and they can't have that. Cannot have that. Cannot have unity amongst the masses, because that would be the end of the bourgeois. They would go off with their heads.
Yep. I agree.
It bees like that. I think it was Marie Antoinette who said, and I'm paraphrasing, it bees like that. Because she was French.
Okay.
Anyway.
You made me think of Nicki Minaj, Bees in the Trap song when you did that.
I'm going to take your word for that, because I have no idea what you're talking about. But
good song from Nicki Minaj.
like I say all the time, I'm more hip replacement than hip. So
Bees in the trap. Bees in the trap. Good song.
That's how it bees. It bees in the truck, right?
Bees in the trap. Bees in the trap.
Oh, bees in the trap? See, I don't know it.
Bees in the trap.
I don't. I'd rather hear her say
Schlepping
this.
through my shtetl on Ludlow Street, saw a shiksa with a tuchus too sweet for a sheet.
Jewish space lasers.
That kind of rhymed with 55 a little bit. I wonder if Group X is Jewish.
Probably, maybe, kind of, sort of.
Do they always talk with the sounds?
Don't know.
Me neither.
I don't know how that is. I'm a Gentile.
I don't know too much about the Jewish culture. All I know is they're just another religion.
They have space lasers. I know that.
Yeah. Well, didn't they put Jesus on a cross too, or something?
Who, the Jews?
Yeah, didn't the Jews kill Jesus? Isn't like that's like one of the reasons why one of the religions hates the other one, or something like that? Or Jesus wasn't a real Jew, that's why the Jews don't like the Christians, or something like that?
I don't know. It sounds like some sort of like West Side
It's an
Story
internal
thing.
religious hatred. Like the Christians love the Jews, but the Jews hate the Christians, or something like that. Like it's like this love to love but hate, and the other way around. I can't remember what it is.
I let them have all that. I try not. I grew up Southern Baptist, and that was enough. That was enough religion for me. So
yeah.
I had to get out of that. Well, it wasn't like I had to get out of it. It was just like I was only going to church to take my mom to church. I didn't really care about church. I'd sit there and fall asleep most of the time while it was going on, and my mom would have to, elbow me and wake me up, and it was just terrible.
There it is. So the Jesus proclaimed himself king of the Jews, and the Jews said no. That's probably sounds more like it.
If he would have said he was the Burger King of the Jews,
he'd probably be more believable.
And he would have kickstarted the franchise way earlier than what happened.
Christians have slaughtered Jews for millennia is super right. And Willie is right too. Evangelicals that yell how much they love Jews usually turn out to be the biggest anti-Semites. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm like, nah. I take Jewish people like everybody else on a case-by-case basis. Because it's not really good to judge a whole sect of people when it's the individuals that you have to worry about.
Yep.
Yep. So.
I think what like Rick says, which is very true. I think the Christians only like the Jewish people is because they're supposed to help them bring about the rapture. So that's they're pretty much using them to get what they want out of it.
Yeah, the evangelical Christians anyway, they're the ones that they're all about that left behind business. That there's going to be a rapture and people are going to float into the sky or disappear, and they just leave their clothes. So wherever they're going naked.
Right.
If they're going somewhere.
I know that always made no sense to me that their clothes were going to be nicely folded right where they were disappeared. Like, come on now, really?
Yeah, I mean, where they got like laundry. So is that part of the rapture? Is laundry service where you get the
But that shit was terrifying to read, though. Like, if you ever read the Left Behind books and stuff like that, like as a teenager, I got the teenage version of the Left Behind books. And right at the beginning, man, they throw that like terrifying, scary ass shit right in the beginning when the rapture happens. And they even go into detail. Like one of the parts in the book at the beginning was this woman was like in the middle of giving birth to her baby, like pushing it out, and the rapture happened. And all of a sudden the baby disappeared, and the mother and the doctor were right there like, what the fuck is going on? Because the rapture took the baby because the baby was pure, and the mother and the doctor, I guess, were like sinners, so they didn't get raptured. Like they like fucking put the fear of God inside of you with that shit. Like as a teenager reading that, I was like, as a teenager thinking I'm gonna meet, God's gonna give me the man of my dreams and I'm gonna have a family and be the perfect housewife and stuff. That shit was scary to me. I was like, oh fuck, like, are you kidding me? My kid's gonna just like disappear and I'm gonna be left behind if I sin. Because, you never know when Jesus is supposed to come back, when the rapture, it can happen at any time, at all times, no matter what. They say that as soon as every person on earth finds out about God is when he's going to come. And you grow up thinking that pretty much everybody already knows about God and it's just a couple more to go and you're done. So you're always thinking it's going to happen. And living like that is it's terrifying. So you're always not wanting to sin, all because of sinning, all for sinning. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, my sisters are both pretty religious, and I asked them, I said, okay, so there's like 7 billion people on the planet. Let's say 1 billion or so are Christians. So you're telling me that 6 billion people are going to go to hell?
Yep.
And they were like, yep. I was like, okay.
Exactly, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's what they believe. Like 1/7 of the population.
And they say it with no pain in their heart, no nothing. They're just like, yeah, it's just how it has to happen. It's just how it is.
Yeah. They, I mean, I'm one of these people, believe what you want, but as long as your beliefs don't affect me, I don't really care, or they don't have, if you're not hurting someone else, do you believe what you want? But
But that's the thing, though, is these parents are not even realizing that they're hurting their kids. Like, growing up with this stuff still traumatizes me to this day. Like, I shouldn't, at 37, 38 years old, still worrying that, like when fights break out in Palestine and Israel, that the fucking second coming of God is going to happen. I'm a grown-ass woman. I shouldn't be thinking these things still. And okay, as long as, they don't hurt. These parents are, like, grooming these kids into grown-ups that are thinking this stuff, and then they want to say all these other places are groomers and the other people are groomers. But you can't sit here and tell me that me sitting here as a grown-ass woman thinking that the second coming of God is going to happen because a country is in a battle is something that I should be thinking, and it's logical. It's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, you have the what is it, the Armageddon, which is basically an area of the Middle East. I think it's called Har Magedon, and it's an area that's where the whole thing is supposed to, the whole battle for humanity or whatever is supposed to happen there, I think. Okay. So it's like they already have the stadium lined up for this, for the Super Bowl. Right. I don't know. It just seems like
his mom is a prison crackhead Christian. See, that's like practically my parents. My mom was like, a very young woman, so she was out doing drugs and she was a hussy, and she's hopping around from dude to dude, and then just kind of reformed and went straight to God. And then my stepdad, when my mom met him, he had just gotten out of prison for 10 years for attempted murder and went straight to God. So, I had those kind of family. Yeah, like the ones that was really bad in their young years and just went like straight on like 180 when I turned about probably 10 years old. It was wild to watch my mom go from like seeing piles of cocaine on my mom's or crack on my mom's table to like having to write Bible verses as punishment. It was the wildest like 180 I've ever experienced in my life.
Wait, did you say crack? Ooh. Hey, crack rock baby. You don't want to smoke you, right? Put you between my lips, smoke you.
That's right. Get it?
No, I've known too many people who became Christians too, and boy, talk about insufferable. Holy cow. Wow. Yeah. New Christians are the worst. Okay, so new Christians are like modern video games that you download now, right? So when you download a modern video game, what's the first thing you get? The first thing is probably going to be the release day patch, right? So you're going to get a patch. So what I usually do is, like, when there's a new game, I'll usually wait a while before I get it to let them work out those initial release kinks or whatever. Yeah. And that's how I am with new Christians. If somebody's a new Christian, I stay away from them for a while until I can see him again and, like, this is the same guy who was at the bar, drinking, 20 shots of tequila, and now he wants to tell me about Jesus. And I'm like, you know what? I'm good. Thank you. Right. I'm glad you got this new Christian smell to you. I'm sure you're enjoying this. I don't enjoy it. I don't want anything to do with you. Yeah, they're just, oh man, born agains are just,
yeah.
You can only hear so many Amy Grant songs, y'all. I'm just saying. And that, my God is an awesome God, or whatever that.
He from heaven above with power, wisdom, and love. Our God is an awesome God. Yeah, it's literally the lyrics of that song is ingrained in my brain forever. I will never forget those lyrics. I tried. Right.
I'm trying.
It's pathetic.
Then the hands raised up. Yeah, yep. I want nothing to do with that. Yeah. So
yeah, I know. I'm glad I've got a little older. To me, I don't know. Like when God says, or like when Christians say, just get on your knees and surrender to God. Like I wouldn't even surrender to my government. I wouldn't get on my knees for anyone, let alone somebody who I can't even see. Like, to me, I don't know. I don't see this like loving, caring, imaginative person, creature being when he's telling you to be able to worship him, you have to get on your knees and surrender yourself. That doesn't seem like a omniscient, caring, loving God. That seems like, I don't know, a Roman leader who would go around to other countries and take over, like that movie 300 where the Roman leader like went up to the guy and was like, all I ask of you is to get on your knees. That's what God reminds me of. And I'm the 300 dude. Like, I don't get on my knees for anyone. I would, but my knee's a little broken from, whooping your dude's asses all day long. Asshole.
That's what I'd say about religion.
Fuck you! It's magic!
That's right.
It's
Right,
magic.
exactly.
I'm fooling you and you don't like
That's
it.
right.
That's what religion
right.
is. It's fooling you. No, I mean, if it helps you, like, personally, if it makes you not be a shitty person or whether, great, knock yourself out.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But don't come knocking on
Absolutely.
the door saying, do you know Jesus? I'll say, yeah, he's in the bathroom doing cocaine right now. Do you need him for something?
Yeah. And I'm totally okay with people who choose God to have, morals and things like that. But I'm still going to be the person going around telling them that you don't need God to be a happy, moralistic person. You can do that without it too.
Yeah. It's just they think you got to have club membership.
Persian, that's
though.
right. Those Persian guys look like Romans. Sorry, DC's commenting, fixing me in the chat. So the 300 guys were Spartans and it was the Persians, not Romans. Yes, the Persians. They hot.
Yeah.
That guy was scary as shit, but he was sexy.
Who, Perseus or whatever? The
Persian dude, yeah, that asked the guy to
it was like
the guy
20
to
feet
kneel down.
tall or something.
Yeah, he was big.
You're like
He was delicious.
5'3".
I know, he's delicious.
What, are you gonna grab a hold of a leg like it's Thanksgiving and just
Yeah, exactly. Like a kid, like a kid when they grab a hold of like their parent's leg and they don't let go. Just walk around with your kid attached to your leg.
You'd be the worst Spartan ever. Everybody else is like fighting them and you're like
fangirling on his leg.
Austin says 300 is a total fash movie.
Okay. It's still fun. Still good. This is Sparta. And then he throws people down into a pit of nothingness.
I do like the pit of nothingness. I thought, Xerxes. Xerxes.
Xerxes, yeah.
That's who it was, not Perseus. Perseus was somebody else. Oh, you never watched it, Gamer? It's the same as Zack Snyder did it. It's actually kind of fun to watch. I don't know how historically accurate
the
it is.
same guys that did that other black and white comic movie?
Sin City, yeah.
Yeah, Sin City.
Zack Snyder. Well, I mean, that was, I think Frank Moore did the actual graphic novel. But yeah, it was Zack Snyder who brought it to the screen.
That was a good movie too. I really enjoyed Elijah Wood's character in that movie. That was fucking beautiful. Serial killer from hell, but crazy. Love it.
Yeah, he did, Austin. I was going to say The Watchmen was a movie he did too. And it's really good. I enjoyed The Watchmen. I don't know about the TV show. I watched the TV show. I was kind of on the TV show, but the movie was something special.
Right.
It had, what's his name in it? The guy who played Rorschach. Oh, what's his name? He's got like he's one of those 3 name people, like he's a school shooter or something. Jackie Earl Haley, that's who it is. His name's Jackie Earl Haley, and he played Rorschach. But Jackie Earl Haley was also in the Bad News Bears movies from the 70s. And those were fun movies too. But yeah, Jackie Earl Haley playing, and he also I think he played Freddy Krueger in the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street. I think so. I could be wrong. Just kind of he's always been kind of an ugly looking kid. So
right.
always
that always made me mad that they casted him. Like, Robert Englund has always done Freddy Krueger. Like, no matter how many shitty remakes they've done, he's always been there for him. And then they remake it again, and they don't even ask Robert Englund. He's alive right now. Like, why not?
I don't know. That's the thing. They do these reboots and stuff, and what they'll do is like, I mean, he wasn't even in the movie at all, right? He wasn't in the remake at all. Not even as like a cameo side character or something. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Maybe they just didn't like Robert Englund. You know. Maybe they were shadow banning Robert Englund. You know.
I could believe it. I mean, I don't think he's ever been in anything else that's really notable since. I mean, he's been in other things, but you know, he's never really broken out of the Freddy character. So maybe they just didn't want to use him again because it's been so long.
Or and for some reason he could have said he didn't want to do it either, which would have been silly on his part, but you know.
Right.
Or maybe they just didn't want an old Freddy Krueger. You know, he's probably in his 70s now, I guess.
Yeah, but he still looks the same.
Let's see how old he is. Robert.
I mean, if anything, you would think the wrinkles would help with the look of Freddy Krueger.
Holy shit. That dude is, he's going to be 76 this year.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, he could have been too old. He could have been like, nah, that takes a lot of like action and stuff, and I don't want to do that. So
yeah,
I got my Nightmare on Elm Street money from back in the day. I'm good.
You did. You really did.
He was also in that TV show V. He played a nice alien. Yeah, he ended up siding with the humans, I think. So, V, a very underrated TV show. I don't know if it should have been a TV. Well, maybe it should have been. There was 2 iterations of it. There was the first one in the 80s, and then they had one in the 2000s with that chick from Firefly. She played like I can't remember, the dark-haired chick, not the tomboyish one or the weird, you know, psycho girl or whatever. Did you ever watch that? Did you ever watch Firefly? It was only on for 1 season. I was a Joss Whedon head back then. I loved Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel. I even watched Dollhouse with Eliza Dushku. But they made a movie. They had a TV show called Firefly, and they only had it for 1 season. All the episodes were out of order for some reason. They had it on Friday nights where nobody was going to watch it, and it ended up dying, right? 1 season's worth, but it amassed this huge cult following from it that they actually years later made a movie to tie up all the loose ends or whatever. Yeah, and that was called Serenity, I think, because that was the name of the ship, was Serenity. But the name of the TV show was Firefly. It was actually pretty good. I'm kind of curious as to if they would have let that show develop more, you know, put it on a better night, what they could have done with it. But, you know, it's kind of like that show Freaks and Geeks. That was only on for 1 season too, and that was a really good show too. That was the same guy who did 40-Year-Old Virgin and a lot of those, what's his name? Who's it not? He's a guy who looks like Jonah Hill, but he's not Jonah Hill. What's his name? That's in those movies.
Crap.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's the guy with the curly hair that smokes a lot of weed.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Judd Apatow's the director, but
no, the guy that plays with Franco, James Franco. Who's that? Rogen. Fuck.
Oh yeah, Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen. There you go.
Yeah. So it's like that. I don't even know where I was going with this. I think I'm in the ramble country. We should probably get out of here. So, like I said, today was Earth Day, and kind of uneventful around here, although there was some things going on Friday, I think, like I said, that they had over there at Union Square. But yeah, you know, let's take care of the earth. Let's fix the earth. Let's get rid of these polluters. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we need to do it somehow, I guess, if we want to save this planet.
Yep. I know it.
Because
I'm fooling you and you don't like it.
Poor Earth. What? I'm sorry, Earth.
Yeah, so
sorry, Earth.
Sorry, Earth. R.I.P. R.I.P. Earth.
Right.
Earth, you was a good one. You was alright till that Industrial Revolution came along and fucked shit up. So sorry. Yeah. We didn't mean it. All right. So anything fun and exciting happening with you this week?
My show. I'll probably be doing my show like normal. Go find me at the Jimmy Saves World though, because pretty sure if KRTD doesn't get their strike removed or appealed, then I'm not going to be able to stream on that channel. So I do have a YouTube, Jimmy Saves World. That's where I'm at, and where I'll be at. If I'm not on KRTD, I'll be there then. And this week, every day, Monday through Friday, like always.
And you can check out her Linktree at it's Linktree / image IMIJ Productions plural, right? That's your Linktree.
Yeah.
We've got it in the pinned on the YouTube. I don't know if they have it over on I don't think we have it pinned over here. But I just put Jimmy's Jimmy Saves World YouTube page in the chat. So please, if you haven't done so, go over there, give her a sub, like and share. We're going to start streaming this show on her channel from now on. We streamed it on Image Productions last week, but apparently I fucked up and streamed it on the wrong one. So we got it on the right one tonight. And yeah, so you know, we try to keep things diversified around here. We try to keep things on different platforms. So if one goes down, kind of like a Hydra, you cut one head off, two heads appear in its place. So, that's right. So if you're going to be doing any streaming or anything like that, just make sure you're on multiple platforms. I know it's a pain in the ass, but in the long run, if you got a dedicated audience and you want to keep them around, always give them some options. Like you guys, you know, you guys have, I see the same names every week. I've been seeing some new names come in too, so that's great. So, you know, we're just trying to grow our little family here of people who like this content. You know, a lot of us are the fans of other shows in the space too. So, you know, we all kind of know each other and that sort of thing. So, you know, you have Marcus and Chris who provide you the lowdown on news stories and informations on Saturday nights. You have Willie Bragg with news and commentary, and then you have fun stuff with news mixed in with Oz and Shanda for Beauty of the Boomer, and then we're the nightcap. You know, you come here, come hang out in the middle of the night on a Saturday night, keep you off the streets, keep you out of trouble. That's what we're trying to do. Because we love ya. We may not like all y'all, but we love all y'all. So, you know, that's gotta keep that love in your heart. You put hate in there, it's just gonna hurt you. That's all it does. Yeah. So you got your show this week. Do you have any special guests coming on this week, or is it just all puppers?
Nope, not yet. Not that I know of. If anyone wants to join, though, let me know.
I have in my IRL situation in real life, I'm starting a new job on Monday. So, as far as like when, Extra Bull Alive and Mundus Ultra are going to be on, they might be kind of in different spots during the week, depending on my work schedule, but, the secret show, that's not moving anywhere. We're gonna
Jesus Christ.
Or maybe we can move if a lady wants us to. If she feels that adamant about it, where she's gonna carve up people.
She heard something. Probably a random cat out there.
I hate real life too, DC. I'm right there with you.
Me too.
So there we may do our summer hiatus for Extra Bulla a little earlier this year. We'll see. I normally like to do it like around June once it starts getting consistently warm, because I don't have AC in this place and I don't like running a computer with a lot of resources and expect to stay online in 90 to 95 degree heat. So but this week, like I said, it's kind of up in the air with those two shows, but we will definitely be back next Saturday night for another fine edition of this show, if we don't get DMCA'd or taken off the air for some reason.
You'll be fine.
Which apparently these days is kind of an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
So, safety first. But like I said, we'll be back next Saturday night for the secret show. I think, let me just look at the calendar real quick. So we got May coming up next week. So a week from Sunday, Monday, it's going to be May Day. So hopefully we'll have some information about celebrations and stuff around the country that's going on for May Day. So, and in other countries too. So probably more so in other countries than here, since everybody hates communists for the most part.
Yeah.
Not everybody does, but there's enough vocal people who do that. But happy International Labor Day next week. Okay, thank you, Willie. Appreciate that. And DC says that roller coaster game was a highlight of my night. Thank you. So that was all Jimmy right there. So Jimmy, the 30 minutes of video game footage for a 2-hour show.
I wish you would let me go longer, because there is some really good shit out there, but some of them can get up to like 20 minutes. I'm telling you, look up Rekid. There's this kid called Rekid, and he used to do video gaming with these guys named like The Boys. This shit is so fucking funny, but like the best of moments are like 20-minute videos, but the whole fucking thing is funny because it's them just goofing off in different VR virtual reality areas, and it's hilarious.
You know what a great show for that would be?
What? I know. I probably should. I know. I probably should. And thanks for saying the shirt. I just got it today. I'm so proud of myself. It was I was like, my husband needed to go get a webcam today, and he wanted me to come with him. And I was like, only if I can get a t-shirt. And so I got a t-shirt. And it's awesome. Look at that. Look at that. All that old school cartoons on there.
See, we got our network shirts on. This one I got for free at Comic-Con. Actually, I got 4 of these shirts because they were there every day, and we were there for 4 days. So every day we stand in line, get a free shirt. So I got like 3 more of these somewhere in the mix.
Nice.
So that's why that's why I like Comic-Con. Used to I like Comic-Con because of the free shit, but now the economy hit, and it's like, now the prices are up, and there's not a lot of free swag anymore.
Yeah.
So
but I bet that sucks.
So probably no show tomorrow or Sunday again. So we're gonna try to get back on the horse once I get this new once I get into this new gig and find out what's going on. I'll have a lot more better idea about schedule. So we may be moving nights or something for a couple of these shows. We'll have to see. Maybe Mundus Ultra ends up being a midnight show on Friday. And I know some of the kids were talking that they might like that. Who knows? I don't know. I always thought Friday nights were like kind of like date night or something, or people go out and get fucked up night. I don't know. You can get fucked up and watch Mundus Ultra if you want. I mean, we do not discriminate against drugs or alcohol at all.
Nope.
We just don't partake. Not that much. Just a little bit.
Right.
All right. I'm rambling. I gotta get out of here. I'm going to bed.
Yes. Yeah.
Good night, everybody. Wash your ass. Keep it clean, and we'll see you on the flip side. Love all y'all. Thanks again. Deuces.
I'm fooling you and you don't like it.
Shut up, bitch!
Groovy.